Well, okay, so we're gonna get the recording started. Ooh, I'm super loud. Let me adjust that. Sorry.
So
new chair, new rules. I had to do an emergency sub in for my last chair. Hold on. How do I go down?
I was honestly expecting to banish me at that point. I just fucked up my wording.
Yeah, you substituted sass reflex for slap reflex, but that's not what we're here for. Because we're live.
Okay.
Hi, we're going. Man, I'm super loud. Hold on, let me push that a little bit further away from my face. I'm peeking in the recording. So I rolled duty, and I wanted to make sure we had this discussion, because this session is gonna be probably mostly downtime and bookkeeping, but if we need to get to your actual plot objective, I did prep for that too. So there's that.
Yeah.
But we're gonna, move on to the things. So first up, the Great Redutening, which is so out of session. We kind of had a general discussion because Lucky was looking over some of the duty charts, and it kind of came up that maybe for some characters, duty did not fit some people.
Yeah.
So we after much gnashing of teeth and figuring out everything and double checking all the charts, I just did what I probably should have done, but was too lazy to do because it was a lot of writing. Oh, I gotta blow my nose. Sorry. Have to breathe. I really could use some rain down here. But anyway, I just wrote in my big document a summary of all the duty charts that were genericized, because in some cases there were some there were some very specific takes on duties, I should say. That's a word I'm looking for. Which caused some confusion. So I basically had to okay, what's the most generic way I can phrase this duty so any character could take it? So a couple of people have switched up. Some people have stayed the same because it turns out the most generic version of their duty actually does work for those characters.
Ta-da.
We just had to actually work it all out. So, what is everybody's duties right now?
So, go Marth.
Support.
Yeah, you decided to stick with support. And what's your value, now that I think it matters?
26.
Okay, so you're the bottom 26, because you're at the bottom of my list.
Yep.
I decided to switch it up, and I decided to double down on my duty, so I went with civilian outreach and political support.
Which are technically different. Political support is all about recruiting, and, well, not really recruiting, but, glad-handing, finding allies, getting support from people. Mm-hmm. Civilian outreach is, you don't actually care if they help you back, you're just trying to build goodwill and help people out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I think that political support has appeared in multiple places. I believe civilian outreach is only in the engineer book.
Yeah.
But it works for many characters, oddly enough.
Yeah. And my value is also 26.
I don't know if you're supposed to split that in, 2 or not. I think it's still 1. You just have 2 duties.
I think it's 1 because either way, if you give me 5 for either one, the total's still going to be...
Yeah, I'm just wondering if on the chart they're supposed to be listed differently.
I think it's supposed to be listed differently, so one or the other can trigger.
But from what I remember seeing in the book, it didn't seem that way.
Yeah, does the table actually say that?
Because it says they're I remember it saying they're equally oh wait, I'm looking at Force of Destiny. It's not going to be in there, dumbass.
Nope, that's going to be about your your morality. Because you can double up on everything.
Duty. What was that chart? There it is. Yeah. Roll twice on the chart. The PC's duties equally split between 2 different areas of focus, and success in either is good for increasing the duty score.
Okay.
So,
don't check the example duty chart. So it would be really cool if, given that you on the previous page you gave an example of a character who has 2 duties, that your example of a chart told me what to do in this situation. It does not. So we're gonna go with it's just 1 duty because that's gonna be really weird for math keeping.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
I bet
so your political support duty goes down, but your civilian outreach goes up. So your duty is the same. No. Who's gonna not do that? Nope, not doing
2 for 1 for each different types of scenarios.
Okay.
Rain down in Soheliv.
So, that's Lucky's. Yeah. I guess we're going in reverse order, so Loth, what's your duty right now?
I don't think I ended up changing it, it's still personnel at 26.
Yes, because you were going with the core book personnel, probably, which was No Man Left Behind and all that.
Yeah. The squad will survive is what I have in brackets next in my character sheets.
Yeah, but your duty's about No Man Left Behind.
Yeah.
If you totally abandon some other squad, I will take away minus 5 million duty. I'm kidding. That is technically your duty can go down if you actually absolutely ignore it, though.
Yeah. No, I plan on not leaving.
We can't use Africa as an episode title, okay? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Just stop.
Can we just switch it to Soheliv?
No. Then that's not a song title, unless you want to write the Soheliv single.
Yeah, but so we just want Soheliv.
I mean, it's only a cover, so we'll do that as hard.
Calling the episode Soheliv will have to be saved for the final session on this planet.
I mean, Aramaa would probably write a solo title.
Well, yeah, I'm...
Like, listen to these lyrics. Hoping to... Wait, oh man, I just passed it. Hoping to find some old forgotten word or ancient melodies. Yeah, that's totally on fucking point. You can't tell me it's not.
Yeah, alright, anyways. But it would be weird for our Star Wars, our AP, to be called Africa. If you want to release the Soheliv cover on our channel, go for it. But I know I'm just thinking I need to work in more Glitch Mob and techno songs as our titles, and we need more Queen.
We do need more Queen.
Queen's always good.
I need to figure out when I can call one Starlight Brigade, though that's a Tupperware Remix Party song. Anyway, we're not here to talk about songs.
My duty.
Loth, what's your doodles? Still 26?
Still personnel. At 26.
Yeah, I was talking about the value. So that means it is, in fact, probably used on the duty table trigger.
Yay!
So you would get +2, and everybody else gets +1. So Axe at the top of the list, technically.
I changed the sabotage, which is, as it's defined, it's focusing on disrupting any operations in any possible way, whether it's manufacture of weapons, troops, supplies, banking, or any other operation. Yeah,
basically, your duty is to deny the enemy assets. You believe that is how you win stuff, which is probably better suits what you were doing as a character.
Cut the head off the snakes.
Well, technically that's placard hunting. But sabotage as like, oh, well, I mean, I could just remove command and control. That's fine. If you're going to be like, but I must cut the head off the snake, that's definitely a 100% wet work or the other thing. Yeah. Placard hunting.
Gotcha.
If you want to just have that boner for cutting the head off the snake, I'm not totally vamping because Lucky ghosted. My mic cord so not...
I'm pretty sure we can discuss some more acts about like what specifically you want to do for your duty and all that, so that way it can fit better with what you want to do with Camo.
Yeah, man, my connection's going up and down like.
Yeah, the internet's bad. It's not me right now, but I know that some people are having very.
Oh, it's going bad for me too.
I'm gonna get my new modem updated because it turns out mine's like 7 years old.
Don't worry, hey, I recently got fiber, but it wasn't fiber to the. It wasn't complete fiber.
Oh, you got Pat fiber?
It was fiber to the curb.
Oh, you got Pat fiber.
Oh, okay. Server template. That's weird. Well, I can help people if I want to know. I was just thinking now. What's our overview? Where are we at right now? We're in the west. I could roll us over to the east and see if that helps.
There you go.
Let's move the server. We're in the east now. Hi.
I think I just disconnected slightly.
Well, yeah, it does that because we're physically
it was.
relocating where the server is hosted.
It's actually not. That works out.
So we'll see if
I
it's
get to
better.
finish my SpongeBob quote. Damn it.
No, okay, but anyway, that was duty. So we had a big long discussion about how to make that better, and it was good. So Boots has just triggered his duty, importantly enough.
Yeah.
And so I suppose now we will move into what did you do last summer?
Okay. Okay, so I bought.
Sorry, new chair.
Okay, so
I'm having problems with my posture. The chair is too springy. It really wants to be forward, but that's not how I sit at all.
Okay, so
yeah, what did you spend your XP on?
Indian didn't write this down correctly. I spent my XP on talents in the Seer Tree, Uncanny Vigilance, and Keen-Eyed, and then also bought the basic power for Enhance.
Okay.
No, I don't think that was on the air last time.
Okay. If Marth's finished, for Boots, I ended up getting him his dedication, and buffing his int from 2 to 3 because he seems to be doing more int-based things at the moment, like medicine and knowledge warfare.
On the topic of that, Camo got dedication for his agility, so I has agility 4.
Get down your dedications. And if Lucky is ghosted right now, I'll go ahead and say.
I am not.
Okay, well, it's pretty easy. You would spend your XP.
No. I am undecided because there's a lot of things I want.
Yeah.
Like, I keep looking at Sense and like, man, all I have to do is commit a Force die, and I can upgrade checks against me. That's great. But I'm like, oh no, but I want fucking, like, Charm or fucking Negotiation 3. Fuck. Oh no, but I need fucking talents for days.
Right.
So I'm just like,
there's those things. I know that whole upgrade checks against you once. I think it's for like 1 time, then you can get up to 2 times.
Yeah, it's
Omega.
What's up?
We're talking about this. Did we actually set up the thing that Lucky wants to do with his thing? Because I've still got Charm listed as a class skill at the moment.
Yes, it happened.
Okay, in which case, I've got 5 XP left over. Can I just get 1 point in Charm?
Yeah, we haven't even started the session. Oh, spend your XP. Spend your XP.
Thank you.
Sorry, Omega's just having a terrible posture day.
Oh.
They have to go get his busted-ass old chair again, because he can't find a way to comfortably sit and talk into this microphone at the same time. Curse you, mic arm! No, it's fine.
Does the mic arm always make it easier?
Well, no, because as you like to complain constantly when I do audio recordings, X, the mic is not attached to my face, so it means that if I move my face, my audio quality changes, which makes...
That's a professional mic.
Actively, it's polar, so it's great. I can just tuck it anywhere under my face, but if I want to lean back, then it's harder. And the chair, like I said, this chair has a lot of spring forward in its tension that I have to probably break it out of and ruin it forever so I can sit comfortably in it, but it's better if I can actively push back. Now that we've chased all the audience away with Omega complaining about his chair, let's see. So that's probably the... Well, actually, I don't know if that's the first step, because that might take a little bit of time to set up.
Yeah.
So, what is actually our first bit? Because, well, we have a goal for today. There's a lot of little things.
I think, wasn't there that whole, chat thing?
Well, yeah, we can start there.
Lucky,
Lucky, do you wanna take the wheel for 30 minutes again?
No, I'm not gonna
do it yet.
No, I'm pretty sure we're going to start there, because that makes the most logical sense.
Yeah, we're going to start there, but I'm not actually going to chat for 20 minutes.
You're not going to do a whole scene, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there is definitely going to be, there's definitely a moment when we all get to back to base, and Aramaa has just got back from seeing, he's probably going to go back to Europa Real, because, the good touch. But, when she gets back...
How many wounds do you have?
Currently 6.
Is that below half?
That is at half.
Okay, I think that makes it the average check. Okay, she can heal you 3 strain, that's about it. She's not really good at that.
Oh, that's fine. I had 8 fucking strain.
Okay, well, you healed some.
I hung out and complained about my boys. Now I'm gonna go and complain about my boys to my boys.
Yeah, we'll get through healing and stuff later, but
yeah,
you guys never ever stop to roll medicine to actually fix anybody of wounds, only if they take a critical injury, even though most of those are pretty mild, so...
I think it's because I asked for it instead of...
But,
anyway.
So, there's gonna be an interesting scene as Aramaa has 2 clones and a Padawan sitting on their knees while she berates them about taking pot shots into melee combat. And if anybody tries to speak up, she will literally yell them down. As she shows them the giant scorch mark on her back constantly. And as punishment, did Loth just say something sassy?
No, it's me. I'm talking about how they're sitting kneeling and you must have a ruler. It's got damage plus 0, crit 3, vicious 5.
Oh, Jesus.
Does horrible lasting injuries to each one? Does horrible lasting injuries to your knuckles?
I actually expected Lucky to still banish me anyway.
No. It's the short
Omega said something funny. It's in a shadow realm with you.
All right.
No, but Aramaa definitely has fucking punishment in mind. So
Oh no.
So
she's gonna avail you of the military justice system. Hey, do make work.
Yeah. So, Camo, you've been assigned to Swamp Strider duty, in which you are going to clean up and feed them and see to their accommodations, since all we do is just have some loosey-goosey fucking corral system. You know, try and make their lives a little better.
I don't know which one is.
Sorry, no, that was me. Is Boots.
Thanks.
Boots, you are being basically being sent to the infirmary to, you know, practice making people better. And Kavis,
Well, Kavis, I'm gonna need you to sit with this bucket on your head and do 30 Hail Marys.
Yep.
That's not enough Hail Marys, actually.
No. Kavis, we are going to step up your training.
All right.
But we're going to start training in the book. So, I'm going to need a big fat report from you on, core world politics.
I should give you a fucking book report. Oh no. And the worst thing is your master's going to let that fly because he'll just be like, experience is the best teacher. What did you learn, Kavis?
Write me a 1,000-word essay on why it's not a good idea to shoot your commanding officer.
No,
that'll be pretty easy.
No, anyone can think of that reason. It's just, no, politics, core world systems. Let's talk about the fucking Republic Senate.
All right.
And, come up with some cool ideas. I don't know what ideas, so give me some cool ones.
Okay, so, Camo, make me an average survival check. Boots, make me an average medicine check. And Kavis, do me a average knowledge core worlds check. Because specifically, Aramaa called for core worlds.
Can I take time on this? Like a lot of time?
Yeah, probably.
I'll just take time on this.
Is there like tiers to how much time you can take?
No, you're taking time. That means you can't spend any advantage or anything to go faster or stuff like that. It's like you're taking as much time as you possibly
Lucky
can.
wants the thing like done in like 30 minutes.
No, I didn't give you guys a time limit.
No.
Part of me will make it say it was average.
Yes.
And then it's average.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So while they're all rolling and stuff, I expect that this was not necessarily in public, but was still around the base. Mm-hmm. So Aramaa, Captain Shark will actually pop and be like, General, I've actually had an idea regarding that. I've noticed that some of the boys are hesitant in their CQC training, and they're real afraid to get up in melee with them gribbly buggers. Fight an honorable melee combat. Suddenly I'm Kitten from TTS. Anyway, he's like, so I've had a word with Commander Bricks, and I've got an idea. What if we had an intramural pugilism tournament? You know, just amongst all the lads. I think I can get a few maybe credits or maybe some candy bars together for a prize. Actually, no, you rolled a success, buddy. Look at what the ats are.
I think I make the corral better, but I don't actually do the job.
Yeah, your blue dice was success advantage. Oh, it technically just cancel out, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I had a failure on the normal thing.
Yeah.
So it's just blank on success or failure.
Anyway, Aramaa, what do you think about Shark's proposal?
It's like, I'll just turn to Shark. Do we have any pressing engagements or anything coming up?
No, not for a few days. General Lager is still out, and we have no immediate requests for military assistance. It's all just, standard patrols and duty shifts.
Oh, very well then.
We'll organize a tournament. So let's resolve those successes. Everybody fucking failed.
Excellent.
All right. So nobody got any strain or anything because nobody got threats. Everybody just sucked it up. So Boots in general, you're not very helpful. You do actually probably get in there and maybe if somebody has like a medical emergency and they start to flatline or something, and you get in there and maybe you save a life. But in general, you're just an extra body in the infirmary, and everybody's just like, nobody wants to hang out with you. All the on staff medics and the medical corps Jedi are just like, come on, keep it together, dude. We're, help out. Maybe you have awful bedside manner or something. Who knows? Kavis, your that self-imposed goal of writing like 5,000 words turned out to be a bad idea. Your essay is utter nonsense. It's not about anything. But it looks real cool. So maybe if Aramaa doesn't actually read it, you won't be in trouble. Because you rolled one advantage.
So what you're saying is Kavis went to the Wikipedia page for the public sent and copy-pasted the entire
thing. Similarly, Camo, your survival training is mostly outdoorsmanship. You're not really about animal handling. You manage to... It's real hard to fuck up feeding and cleaning. But in general, you are not able to do anything to actually make the Swamp Striders' lives easier. They are still in weird makeshift corrals around your base. And mostly you just manage to... You do everything kind of by the letter, by rote, and so no new advantages are created. You're just doing it clean. At least your armor's not super dirty.
Yeah. I'll try again eventually. Now I feel committed.
Good.
Alright, so, there's a tournament of pugilism to, get all the boys competing. And punching stuff.
Guess what? When Aramaa finds out that none of you are actually able to accomplish the task, guess what? You automatically get entered.
Oh no.
I can do it.
Alright, so everybody needs to roll
begins.
me a... No, it's not a tournament arc. It's a montage. Possibly with some fucking 80s music.
Roll what?
Is this gonna fly now, or is this you're the best around kind of a situation? What do you think?
I don't know. Best around means training montage.
Well, technically this is gonna fly now. I don't know. We might have to figure out better montage music.
Hang on.
But anyway, how we're gonna resolve this is everybody who's competing, would you please roll me a simple brawl check? That's simple, so no dice. I will roll one generic test for rando clone troopers.
I just need to see if I get anything out of this or not.
Huh.
Oh boy, so
more advantage.
Oh, if I have a combat veteran, I would have gotten a boost die on these things. Oh. That's cute.
And then I'll roll one for...
Whoa.
Jesus. Use the
So if you want to use the dark side, you're going to be winning this right now. You can turn those into successes.
Wait, no, I can't. There's no... Oh, wait, there is one.
There's 1 point, which is are you sure you want to use that 1 point?
Do you want to have it
Yeah, you want to blow the entire light side pool?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to put these boys in their place.
Alright, how many combos are you taking?
Start using all of the points at once.
I'll spend, wait, I only have to flip one, right?
Yeah, you have to flip once.
Yeah, so I'll spend both of them for 3 success total.
Okay. You take 2 conflict?
Considering Boots failed, I'm just going to imagine he's like, pugilism tournament. I thought this was a pugilism tournament. I see no pugs.
He gets knocked the fuck out.
I think I get second place.
Yeah, I think so. So that was a generic one for Captain Shark. Honestly, even those who were good at this rolled like dog shit.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
The best one was Camo's roll, but you got a lot of advantage. So, I think it comes down to the finale. Kavis and Boots both job 2 generic clone troopers.
No.
Okay.
I know I built myself to job, but not this badly.
And Captain Shark does okay, but he eventually just gets worn down after fight. But it comes down to in the finale of the tournament, it's the general versus the ARC trooper. How does this go? Keeping in mind that she got way more success than anybody else in this tournament does.
I think it's like I'm physically stronger than her and I'm faster than her, but she basically starts pulling out the dark side, so she just with a lot of her emotion probably just fucking socks me out.
Yeah, no, I imagine it that you try to duck and weave and I don't fucking move, and so you come in, I just knock you out with a fucking counter. Boom!
It's the big power fist.
And you crumple.
Yes.
Alright. So
I feel better now.
You win the 90 credits the clones scraped up as a prize.
Awesome.
And they were maybe gonna like doodle a little stencil or something on the armor, but you don't have that, so you get a lovely little bandana or scarf or something with a little punch, a little fisto drawn on it, because you're the punching champion.
Oh, that's cute.
Cool. Neat.
And maybe you can.
I'm gonna call it the pugilist bandana.
So yeah, that was my idea of downtime. All right, so this probably takes place over the next couple of days. Everybody should refresh all their strain.
Mm-hmm.
Strain. Okay.
And we'll say that probably took a couple of days of organization, so everybody who got the thing is healed by 2 wounds.
Yay.
3 room.
Because that's how that works.
Fine.
So yeah, now we're just in general downtimey things. So first up is probably we should resolve the bar.
The bar.
So, let me dig out the GM holocron, because we have affirmed that that has all the descriptions of all the stuff. So basically, you have gotten the cost waived, basically. Because, what's his face, whose name is not in front of me right now?
Titus Vandering.
Vandering, that's right. I was going to say Vandermeer, but I'm like, no, that's a real person name. That's a real boy name. Sorry, stretching out my back. You'd think a better cushion would cushion my back better, but it's pushing my back into weird shapes sometimes. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if you need to repost this law. But basically, so he covers the cost. You take 5 obligation, because you have a business now, so that's kind of how that works. Which, technically, I probably should have rolled that at the beginning, but it's only 5, so it probably wouldn't have happened. So, let me go ahead and read out what the basic business description is. So, the basic business includes a main floor for customers, a back room for storage, and either an upstairs or basement the party can use as a living area. This is probably basement or further back, because you're underground, so multiple levels are hard. It contains the basic equipment needed to operate your business, so because you are making a, an entertainment, drinking, and eating establishment, that's like, you have a basic kitchen, you have shelves, and probably taps for drinks, you have tables, etc. Well, yeah, it says a retail shop would include shelves, so you come with shelves. It comes with 1 employee or a droid per party member. We'll probably sort that all out in a second. Everybody counts charm as a career skill now, because it's the business's focus. It's an entertainment business. And so we had also had some further conversation off mic about kind of the general styling of this place. So you decided you're going for a clean and friendly atmosphere. So I'm imagining, and basically what it happens that you acquire this place is just, I'm assuming, you talk to Titus about him doing you a favor, and basically he gets the deed at auction, because all of Hoke's possessions are being auctioned off. He gets you the deed, probably the old bartender droid and stuff, maybe some of the stock, who knows, and covers all that and passes it to you. So I'm imagining it's brightly lit, not like sterile, but, nice warm lighting. Made sure to clean all the surfaces and everything, so everything looks sparkly and new. You're aiming for kind of a middle-tier clientele in your advertising, your pricing, your setup, and everything. So, not a lot of clones probably got a lot of their back pay, so they probably don't show up, but you get a couple of occasional, officers or some of the staff at the base, and a decent amount of the various scientific staff and their assistants. But some of the more lower class people who used to come into the hole in the wall to just drink their sorrows away can't afford it so much anymore. But hey, they can probably get a glass of water. Those are cheap on Soheliv.
Once we get going, I'll offer discount days. Just not right now.
And so, the other thing is, I want to know what hooks you had, if any, and like what else do you do besides just be a place to drink. And so that was mostly for the now. It's mostly just food. Like you have a small cookery back there, and you're offering meals to go with your drinks, and you've got some basic vid screens showing like the latest HoloNet news, the latest Grav Ball tournaments. Just a place.
Oh
to
yeah,
hang
basically, as we get more core focus into it, I'll start adding additional sections of things to do, like add a gambling parlor, a dance floor, maybe a daytime cafe or something. Yeah, but for right now, if it's just the base, it's a bar and grill. We got some bid screens. We have some tables. It's clean. It's friendly. But as I said, it's unfortunately you get what you kind of get what you pay for.
Yeah.
So
probably a decent chunk because this costs the equivalent of 50,000 credits worth of labor or whatever. Probably a lot of that was spent on refurbishment because it was literally called the hole in the wall before. So it probably was not that great looking before.
We probably had to throw out all the furniture, get a new bar, update equipment, make things sure things were up to code.
What passes for code on Soheliv anyway?
Yeah.
But is it up to the Jedi code?
So this probably takes you a couple days to get together. So, are you going to purchase any upgrades right away?
Well, as I said, I don't have the credits, so it'd all be OB, and I don't know how much you want to let me.
I mean, that's all on you. Whether you want to pick any extra shit up. It's homestead upgrades, wares, business upgrades. There. Yeah. So it's then 2, improved security is 2, special orders is 1, wholesale prices is 1, and specialized license is 2.
Then right off the bat, I definitely want to get improved core focus and add the gambling parlor and get the specialized license, so we could have gambling. Yeah, for right now, that's it. Yeah.
So you're gonna take on 4 extra obligation to go to 9, and you're gonna take 1 improved core focus and specialized license.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say specialized license means you have access to the full stock of the alcohols.
Yeah.
Because I gotta be honest, on Soheliv, their liquor license situation probably isn't that strict, but this is like generally covering, and also you have a license for gambling. And then with increased core focus, you're actually going to get more area and get more employees to actually, add some gambling tables and some extra space in there.
Yeah.
So, wow, okay. The GM Holocron skipped some steps on the table when talking about improved core focus.
Oh, what do you mean?
So the improved core focus table entry in GM Holocron for business doesn't actually mention you start to make money now.
Oh.
Is it the same as Homestead? Is it once a month everybody gets 100, or is it 200?
It's 200 once a month.
All right, that makes sense. So, everybody gets paid. Do you mind if I pay out everybody already?
Yeah, that doesn't mind.
All right, so basically it's kind of part of the general kickbacks. Assume that naturally Aramaa is probably paying most of this in appropriate taxations and fees, but the kickback to all party members is about 200 credits a month. So everybody gets 200 credits.
Cool. Neat.
And you've also got some sabak tables and so on, in there to kind of liven the place up and actually, make some profit before you were to start out, you would have just been breaking even.
Mm-hmm. Nothing like people literally throwing away lots of money to give you profits. Yeah. Alright, but this basically puts me at the same level that I feel that the hole in the wall was. It's just better quality.
Yep. So you get 4 employees. If you want to, we can detail those now, or we can work that out off mic.
Well, one of the things about core focus is it gives you more employees. So
it could give you more if we needed him.
Well, I definitely want a bartender and cook. Well, actually, it's and I guess a couple. Well, now that we got the tables and stuff, probably a couple wait staff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, so you have full-time chef. Are you keeping the same old bartending droid?
I mean, if it's functional and doesn't look garbage, yeah.
He could probably use an oil bath, and he's not much of a conversationalist right now, but serves drinks great. It's very speedy.
Alright, that's fine then.
Once all his joints are lubed up. Oral can. So you got a chef in the back in the kitchenette serving the locals. The local specialties. Algae burgers. Mud shark steaks. Whatever.
Swamp Rider pie.
Yeah. You've got high shelf liquors, and if you want to make some extra profit, and you've got the gambling. You probably, for increased security, because you got gambling, you probably need a couple of bouncers. Because it would technically be against policy to have clones do it as just part of their military duty.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus, part of this is because you're trying to build a community spot, so you want to hire locals wherever possible.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's settled out. We just probably need you to write down the name.
Oh boy, this is what I've been wondering about for a long time.
Because I should
I've
probably...
had no idea myself for a long time, so I wish I could help.
Creaky knuckles. I don't know why, but it seems like my mic cord is so... It really shouldn't be. It's tense, but it keeps touching me when I try to type on my keyboard. I may just be vamping while Lucky thinks of names and stuff.
Yeah. While he's thinking of names, I guess I'll mention what I said in the peanut gallery, but I'm pretty sure if we do set up Sabak game, considering what happened when we were talking to the guys a few sessions ago, trying to distract them. But Lucky ghosted. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's what happened. All right.
We'll probably invite Kavis for a few Sabak games, like no gambling, but just to help teach him how to play properly in case we ever run into a weird situation where we do that again.
And then he's gonna shark you. All right. So we'll pause for a second while Lucky comes back, and I'll be right back. All right.
I don't care.
So Lucky name.
Fuck it, Liquid Sunshine.
Okay.
That's nice, but yeah, pending.
No, that's it. It's in. It's in my notes.
All right.
It's now Liquid Sunshine.
Yep.
If you want to change it, you're gonna have to pay the rebranding fee. I'm kidding. And now that we should do it right now, because we could do a whole Jamo thing. Whoa, my mic arm is all over the place, loose. We'll just like trying to adjust it in front of my face, and it's just going crazy all over the place. I'm like, whoa, that's not tight enough.
Oh no.
So now that I've done that, do you want to do kind of an NPC jam?
Yeah, sure.
Or we could just do this later off mic, or I could come up with them, because I don't know if that's the focal or not. But like I said, we're also doing downtime, so
I don't mind doing an NPC jam right now.
I don't know. We have to go for 45 minutes.
Oh, geez, really? Already? Fuck.
Well, it's more like 40, but yeah, we're about halfway through there.
Yeah, we can hold off on the NPC jam. Shit, I didn't think we were already 45 minutes in. Fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's actually like less time than I thought we were. We're already an hour in.
Wow.
Well, that's since I started doing a real recording. All right. Okay. Well, in that case, let's move to the other thing, which is Arama's giant list of stuff. Because you alone have a giant list of downtime things / bookkeeping, and he ghosted again. Damn it. Well, now I can just stand here and wait for him to come back and berate you all for not having lists of things you want to do.
Oh, right. I thought that was a list of all of us doing together.
No, that's specifically Arama's goals, because she is a real boy character and has goals and intents and things she likes to do. Okay. The rest of you are just her hangers-on who never do anything on your own.
Well, I already had the list of stuff.
Well, you did technically. You did have something you wanted to make sure it was taken care of. So,
yeah,
you
then
can
also
do that.
give that. Yeah, and then also give the sword to Loth for safekeeping.
Well, he's not here, but yeah, it'll go to him when he comes back.
I don't trust Aramaa to not touch it.
In the meantime, I guess...
I'm sorry for being lacking.
Boots will, despite having finished whatever Aramaa told him to do, he will spend his downtime in the infirmary, still trying to help people, and if he can, he will try to play more games with the Jark, with Master Lago if he has time. And
okay, but Master Lago needs to come back yet. I've said it like 4 times. He's still in space.
I did say if he's back.
He needs to come back. So I guess...
You said if he's free.
Yeah, and if he is back.
Just keep the thing in the room until Lago's back then.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, Lucky's here. Okay.
Here, sword.
I was saying we're gonna to start running down your long list of things.
Alright, so first thing on my list of things to do is I need to get in talk with someone who has the purse strings and be all like, yo, give me money so I can pay these guys to not be bad and shit.
Okay, so your first on your list is your economic stimulus plan.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, make me, let's go with hard negotiation check.
Righto. Let's see here.
See how this works out.
If you had a left side button,
let us add... I don't know. Let's call it 2 setback days.
Oh my. Okay,
this is a hard sell, not because of not necessarily because of funding, but more just like you want to do what with the what now? So you have a hard sell. So roll them.
All right.
Haircut.
And if I remember correctly, blues do not cancel out blacks, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
They are all rolled separately.
Rolled separately. Okay. So you said it was hard, so that's yellow, green, purple. Force.
I don't know. Is it kill with kindness that removes black from these sort of checks?
I have kill with kindness, and that's actually. Let me double check that.
Yeah, double check that it's not negotiation.
Because
there is definitely some sort of talent which removes black from negotiation.
It's kill kindness removes 1 black from charm and leadership.
Okay,
and I think convincing demeanor removes him from deception and skullduggery. Okay. So I don't know what's one.
There's definitely one for negotiation. I just obviously you don't have it. Okay,
not yet, no. But I think my check is assembled. Roll that shit.
You want to get rid of that threat just in case?
Well, I don't know. Success is success, but advantage is yeah.
I mean, you have no more points to flip, so you can't use the dark side point anyway.
Yeah. So it's either I add a success or I remove the threat, and
to your goals, removing a threat is probably better. For narrative time checks, extra success is very, very nebulous.
Yeah, then I'll just negate the threat.
Okay. All right, so that means you pass with 2 successes flat. So you don't get anything extra out of it, but you are able to make a convincing argument, which is basically like, okay, give me, this is the purpose of why we do these things. So, excuse me, stretching. Yeah. So that's just basically your stimulus plan gone through. Mm-hmm. It'll probably take a while for it to circulate, but it's put forward to the local legislature or whatever the funk, and will eventually come to pass.
Eventually. Now, second on Aramaa's list of things to do, or the Aramaa note, there it is. See about securing additional funding or personnel for drug and mental health recovery. So, honestly, not sure. Either we, we have the Service Corps, Jedi Service Corps, and I was thinking maybe we can tap them for that?
Probably.
And
is there not a talent that does removes black for negotiation?
None.
Sorcery is this?
Sorry,
I'm searching. Keep going. You want to do basically rehab clinics?
Yeah, and I basically want to ask the Jedi Service Corps for support on that.
Okay. That's probably not negotiation. It's probably more. I want to say. I'll let you pick. This is going to be an average charm or leadership test.
Oh. I'll do leadership. I am a Jedi. I am a leading Jedi, so...
Yeah, unless it's like an obscure-ass talent, I'm not seeing anything that removes black from negotiation checks.
That's weird.
That's very weird. You can get Natural Negotiator to reroll negotiation checks. You can get Congenial to, decrease the difficulty. I think Nobody's Fool increases the difficulty of other people's checks.
Yeah.
But there's no, just lose some black on negotiation.
Crazy.
That's weird for, merchants or something, space merchants or,
I don't know. Maybe the game was we didn't write any rules where you add black to negotiation checks. And I'm just that doesn't make any goddamn sense. What if you have a busted mouth or something? There's crits which can affect your difficulty.
Well, I mean, they got things that let you add blue to negotiations. Heck, the fucking mercantile datapad lets you add negotiations depending on the region.
Yeah.
So there has to be a way to add
I don't know why there's... Yeah.
Whatever it's with an item or something.
Oh, wait, yeah, of course. I almost forgot.
Yeah, don't forget your force.
Jesus.
Well...
Okay.
You can't.
I can't.
So, You failed that check. You only got 2 advantage showing. And got a lot of dark side pips you can't use right now because we're literally 5 dark, and there's been no opportunity for me to do anything to flip that back. So, you got some advantage. Nobody's mad or anything. Nobody's pissed off by your proposal, but it's basically just whoa, hey, listen. Okay, Fancy Pants Jedi Knight. We know that you're, in charge here and stuff, and we're all militarized right now and whatever, but, we got a lot on our plate, okay? The Service Corps, and the Jedi Healers, we're limited in our amount of stuff we're doing, so we're full up, okay? Basically, the Jedi don't have the extra resources to do anything additive right now.
Okay, well that means I need to get more resources brought to Soheliv.
Or try a different organization.
Yeah.
Because you cannot increase the number of Jedi that exist, so...
I guess that's true.
And any like any Jedi you pull here are being pulled from somewhere else. There's no such thing as a free Jedi. That's the Star Wars version of that tried and true adage. No, this is the Clone Wars. Padawans don't fail; they get field promotions. You're a Jedi Knight now, son. Here's your lightsaber. Go punch those droids. Shouldn't I hit them with my lightsaber, sir? Whatever works for you, kid. Dun 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 dun.
I mean, I don't know.
I've never heard Omega do that voice before.
Yeah, I don't think you've run into any high school nerds in Star Wars yet.
I don't think.
Oh, sir.
It's squeaky voice change from The Simpsons.
This is my high pitched nerdy. I've got some acne and some glasses.
Oh no!
I can make ah wah wah noises. Anyway, yeah. So Jedi, no help, no goo.
All right. Well, I guess I'll have to go. I'll let that sit for right now. I'm gonna say no point in running around with my head cut off. But with a bit of downtime, I definitely want to check on our defenses. And there has been this dude named Nightshade who's been going on about getting a militia started up. And so, I'm curious what this man's deal is about, so, I'd like to find out, like, you said he had, like, flyers pasted around and stuff?
Yeah, he's got, like, posters or whatever.
Like, what is, like, his contact information? Does he even put that? Does he have a meeting place?
Yeah, it's probably like the, I don't even know what the word, not like society, whatever, it's like, join the Soheliv militia, noun, today. Meetings every Space Tuesday and Space Friday. Free space tacos.
What?
And he's probably got a conference room or something, the equivalent, like in maybe one of the mess rooms or something, like just they have a meeting.
Well, let's go attend one of these meetings, I guess.
Okay, and by Let's, which is an abbreviation of Let Us, who is coming with you?
Who wants to come with me?
I'll go with you.
Okay.
I'll do it. Actually, wait, no, Boots will stay in the infirmary, actually.
Okay, Boots stays in the infirmary.
Alright.
He's really playing up that his personnel duty triggered.
Yeah.
Don't you die on me! Beep! Come back to life! Slap! Beep! By the way, that's not medically advised. I watched a Wired special on that with a surgical resident, and she was like, we never slap a patient. We do other horrible stuff to wake you up, but we don't do that. You're not supposed to do that.
Distant doggo.
Distant.
Yep.
Distant dog. Yes.
Yep.
Marth is typing. Well, I was just about to ask you if you're coming. You don't have to. Woof.
I'll just come along.
Okay.
Cool.
Circle wipe.
I need to start thinking about goals, I guess.
That has nothing to do with anything. Alright. You're there. It's a meeting. There's space folding chairs? I don't know. They have chairs. They make really scary improvised weapons. No, wait, wrong system.
Just move
but yeah, so I'm guessing, let me see. He hasn't really gotten anywhere with this yet.
Okay.
So, overall, I mean... Sorry, I'm fiddling with my, once again, mic cord. Mm-hmm. I really need to just get a friggin' bracket or something so I could stick it somewhere and it stops dropping. But I haven't done that yet, so... Alexandra Nightshade is here. Alexandra himself. He's a guy. Human male. He's listed in my notes as Patriot and PDF member. So he was probably, before the Clone Wars, he was probably in training or part of the local, government-mandated planetary defense, whatever. Which means, theoretically, he may have been taught to shoot a blaster and whatnot. He's probably got maybe a dozen or more people here as kind of, supporters, maybe some critics, there's definitely some discussion. It doesn't look like anybody important, as it were, is here. Like, you don't see any major senior directors. None of the Jedi Service Corps are here, kind of thing. It's mostly just wandering staff, maybe a couple of the security personnel, a couple of the local workers, maybe some of the junior science staff who are younger and are probably more fiery. You do know that one of the people with him is Venusia Crane. You recognize her because she is on... I guess they have, like, space local radio, because that's a whole system. Which is, like, what do they call it? I think it's the PTP link. I have no idea. I guess that's point-to-point radio is what that's supposed to be. Whatever. They have archaic radio systems, basically, that are outside comlinks. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing that they would do, like, local radio broadcast and whatever.
Okay.
So, you know that she is an entertainer and a singer, and she's also on, like, local radio. And I said that she's a Thelan, which, in case you forgot, are these guys. They're the small head spike humanoids.
What was her name again?
Venusia Crane. I'll spell it for you.
I'm sorry, I don't remember her. I'm trying to remember.
I don't think she's been mentioned directly before, because this is the first time you actually poked him. I'm just saying you would know who she is, because your in-character knowledge can exceed your out-of-character knowledge.
It can.
So she's often on local radio. She's a singer and entertainer, and as far as you know, she and Nightshade are an item.
Okay.
So obviously they're hanging out, and let's see, what colors can Thelan be? It can be purple, or it can be reddish. I think they can be blue. Let's say that she's a nice, lovely bluish.
Radio. Singer. Right.
And basically, the short version is it's halfway between, like, a support group meeting and halfway between, like, a tiny political rally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just, what did you do today, brother, to help the security of Soheliv? Well, I work in security, so I signed people in and out at the front desk. Good job, brother. Claps all around. Golf clap. And then it's, who we gotta talk to? We gotta talk to somebody. Who are we gonna recruit to the cause? We need to, it's not right that just the clones, the Grand Army defends us, We were all born here. We live here. We can contribute to the defense of Soheliv, too. One guy in the back is like, I ain't gonna let no dirty clanker take my gerb. He's got a space trucker hat.
Oh, they have these? They have those at this planet?
Of course they do. Well, I mean, listen, there's a lot of fucking space truckers, okay?
Fair.
Have you met Han Solo? He's basically a space trucker. Now, he's like space smoky, or space bandit, sorry. Smokers are police cars.
Excuse me, he is a space privateer?
Essentially.
No, being a privateer requires you have a letter of marque.
I guess that's true.
So, technically, I think that's only after A New Hope.
So, right now, how old is even Han Solo right now?
He's a tiny little baby man.
That or he's in the academy.
No, that's way too old. He was only Imperial.
Oh, yeah, fair. So it's like, at least a decade from then.
We're still several years before, Revenge of the Sith, so. And it's a 20-year gap, so. He's probably a wee little baby child.
Yes.
Is he already a wee baby orphan? I don't even know. I don't even remember the timeline. Even though I really like the Han Solo trilogy. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Literally doesn't matter. Absolutely meaningless.
So, this guy seems to be a lot of pompous, well, I don't want to say pompous word, but, hot-blooded words and not a lot of action, huh?
No. Are you... Actually, this is a good question. How stealthy are you being about this meeting? Like, are you guys hanging out in the back in the shadows, or...
Yeah, back in the shadows.
Alright.
Do you want Camo to be your stealth consultant?
Now we're good.
That's not how that works. Everybody roll me, probably an average stealth check. These guys probably don't have cunning higher than 2. All round. And remember, Lucky, you get a blue on this.
I have a cloak.
I want to imagine that everyone but Camo fails, so the guy points at you guys like, hey, you two in that pulp plant over there.
Oh, damn.
He does the opposite of failing. Fuck.
No, he's very good. He can cover for at least one other person that way.
I'll cover for Lucky.
Okay.
No, cover for the Padawan.
Oh, fair.
Hey, you're gonna throw Kavis under the bus?
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll cover her.
Okay, because he did roll a threat, though, I'll say it this way. So, he does some sightline blocking for Kavis, because Kavis is obviously just like, hey, what's going on, guys? And that makes a little bit of noise, and it draws their attention over to you, Aramaa. So they're kind of like, Hail, new friend. Why don't you step into the circle and grab a seat? We're here to discuss the planetary defense of our here Soheliv. No idea what this guy's voice is yet. Hold on. keep going.
Just keep giving it the time.
All right. Well, anyway, I'll keep. I guess if I have the cloak on, I have the hood up or something. So, because I'm assuming this. Yeah, I'm assuming this is a hood cloak. So I'll keep my hood up, and I'll I'll just I'll just move my way closer, take a seat.
Now, as I was saying, it is vitally important. I don't know if I can pull Kentucky out of my butt.
I think it's vitally important. I don't know. I can't even do accents.
I am of the. We're talking today about recruiting efforts. We're small, but we got a lot of people in the patrol. But we need more if we want to contribute. We gotta get out there and we gotta reach people. So my lovely lady friend Venusia here has been talking to the local radio network about maybe getting us some time to cut a little radio promo. We're gonna broadcast out to all the parishes and see if we can't get people all across Soheliv, looking out for one another. At the very least, they can report if they see anything suspicious. Actually, that's what I should do. I should talk down here like Super Android, well, not Super, but Android 13. Where's my trucker hat? But yeah, Ben. But that would cost us a mighty fine amount of coins. So I'm afraid I must once again ask y'all to pass the collection cap around if anybody's got anything to spare for the cause. We have noticed an uptick in meeting attendance since we printed out those fine Purdy posters. So that was a positive, but we need to get further outreach. So apparently the point they're debating is that they want to do more outreach and talk to more people so they can get more organized, but they need to pay for it because apparently there's no such thing as a free public radio on Soheliv.
No radio free? What was it? Okay. So I'm just trying to, well, I'm just listening. I'm trying to figure out some things. Like, one, is he talking about, having people who aren't working do this, or people who are having, full-time job, doing patrolling, or is it just kind of just a watch network,
I mean, it seems like his idea from his rhetoric and from his posters is, he wants an actual, full-time organized militia, if something happens, you have, a gun under your bed and you're ready to roll. And you're organized and trained.
Organized and trained.
Ideally.
Huh. Okay, well, this guy seems like a bit of an idealist, but not necessarily a bad thing.
What even is this skill to read people?
Hurry perception.
Well, what do you oppose discipline with, or deception? Sorry,
deception. Cool.
I want to say cool.
So, of course, this.
I'm gonna look at the chart.
What is it, discipline?
Because I think you're wrong. Well, I don't know. I'm looking for it. Where's social in this thing? It's in here. In here, by the way, I mean the GM holocron. Where's social?
Social skill interactions. Deception is opposed by discipline.
Interesting. So I didn't do a flip there. It's a little weird, but I guess make an average discipline check. I guess, since that's apparently what you would do to see the merit of how truthful somebody is. Okay. I could also accept vigilance. Well, you're not talking to him, you're in the shadows. Only Lucky does this.
Right.
Don't roll unnecessarily. Alright. Sorry, it's getting a little cramped this chair. Sure! I need to, completely change my casual seating posture.
What was the difficulty on this? Average?
Yeah, average.
I don't have anything for discipline, so... Solid roll.
Alright, yes. Based on what you can tell, he is honest, if a bit idealistic, in his motivation. He was born and raised on Soheliv, basically he's like, Ermagerd, this were in my turn. There's some stuff going on, and some people have been blown up and exploded, and some stuff's happened, and he's like, that's no good.
That's no good.
They're causing trouble in his neighborhood. And he's going to get into one little fight, and his mom's going to get scared.
Okay.
But yeah, so based on your assessment, he seems honest, if a bit simplistic.
Well, I guess, I'll start putting some pointed questions to him.
All right, what sort of point questions? What you going for?
Like, how many people does he want? Where is he gonna get from them? Who is gonna train them? Where are they gonna get arms from? Who is gonna set, like, patrol and watch schedules?
Okay. Why don't you make me what's charm opposed by? Is that cool?
I believe so.
Make me a hard charm check. I'm imagining this guy's got presence 3.
I can believe that. Charm. Wait, no, I don't add a blue for charm. Oh, wait, or was it? Fuck.
No. If you got sense emotions, that's charm.
Yeah, okay, it is. Okay.
Sense emotions does not for negotiation, which is why you get this discussion.
Yeah, I always forget that. Alright.
Yeah, you have talent for this.
Mm-hmm. I have to keep checking my talents. So... Yellow, green, purple, blue, force.
And I suppose technically the others probably could have jumped in if they wanted to start assisting you, but I feel like they're still sitting in the back.
Ooh, son of a bitch! What is with these fucking black pips?
I mean, that's how the dice are supposed to go.
You can't spend them.
Well, no, not that part. I mean, like, they're supposed to roll black pips more frequently.
Yeah.
There are more physical faces that include black pips.
Black pips all day.
Yeah, well, Axe, that's how dice work sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just saying it's kind of like a sad occurrence.
Well, they're always sad, but that's why we roll dice. I don't think we're quite to extreming externally.
No.
Possibly internally, though.
Mm-hmm. They get a triumph, though. What heck?
Yeah, well, basically, before you get too far with your questions, I think, I was thinking this would be like whether or not you got taken off as rude, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Since you got an advantage and a triumph, I don't think anybody's like, now hold on now. But they're definitely, I think, after a couple of pointed questions, which he tries to ask politely, Miss Crane actually kind of swoops in and is like, well, now, stranger, you're asking a lot of pointed questions from underneath your hood there. Why don't you? I think it might be more practical and neighborly if you perhaps remove the hood and we could get a good long look at your face.
Okay. Well, Aramaa will, stand up and dramatically throw back her hood and shake her head to free her braid. And
many noises of surprise.
And we need to put an S in front of that. Loth just posted a gif of Squidward sweating.
Well, yeah,
saying,
posted "Oh no, he's hot" gif. But yeah.
But
no, that's not it. There's probably some muttering in the back chairs. The Jedi. And for some reason, there's a weird guitar sting when they say that. Chugga-dum. Where did it come from? Sorry, that was me. I was tuning my guitar.
Oh no! Even pronouncing it the guitar.
David Omega.
Next, I'll put it next to my sitar.
That's spelled with an S, by the way.
Yeah, it is actually spelled with an S. But it's pronounced sitar. And you should always be on the watch out for sitars, because you never know when somebody's going to say, "Dance, water, dance!" And then you're fucked.
Unless you have fire, unless you have circles of fire.
10 seconds.
Need burning rings of fire for that.
Dance, boy. Alright. I actually have no idea how you would pronounce ukulele in this accent. Ukulele? Actually, no. His pronunciation of ukulele is perfect. Oh, my ukulele.
But, I'll introduce, I'm going to say, of, Aramaa, Jedi Aramaa, of the, I guess, the Republic Army, I guess.
Yep.
What am I? Yeah, I guess, the General.
Technically, there's a G in there, but yeah. I don't know if you bother to say you're from the Grand Army of the Republic. That might be a lot of words.
That's a lot of words, yeah.
And so Alexander kind of jumps in. He's like, stands up, shakes your hand. If you'll shake it.
I'll shake it.
Kind of like,
he's not a bad boy.
Well, so nice of you to join us, Master Jedi. Well, in that case, I'm perfectly happy to answer any questions you may have. Isn't that right? Vuull, she's like, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
It's like, oh no, she's pretty too. Shit.
Whatever. She's a Jedi lady. She's legit. It's fine.
But
yeah. So, your friends hiding in the shadows can probably come forward now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess in that case, you're just going to resume questioning him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so rather than, drill down the entire organizational history in detail, in broad strokes, his, militia recruitment plan is pretty basic. They've got probably a few dozen people, mostly in the capital, but he's got a couple of, wandering recruiters and whatever. And it's not, they're not really a people's militia yet, but they're trying to, get an official organizational founding because they, because there was a planetary defense force, basically. It was really limited, though, but there are provisions for most Republic member planets to have their own standing self-army, because that's used to be how the Republic handled defense, was everybody just had their own forces. Excuse me. So his plan is basically to kind of reinvigorate that and be like, no, it's not enough to just let the Grand Army solve it. We're going to actually get incorporated as a paramilitary organization, and we're actually going to do, his goal is to actually do a legitimate, governmental militia setup. We're going to recruit people. Maybe we'll pay them give them a little extra stipend so that they can, take time off work to attend training and field meetings or whatever. Arm them with weapons and just actually, build a proper paramilitary organization. As he's going right now, it's probably going to be slow. Most people on Soheliv, while respectful of the Republic, are pretty self-reliant, so the idea of self-organizing into a large army is kind of not their style. But you could do some stuff.
Well, as I said, I'm pretty sure the people of Canhead and Big Hills might have something different to think about that nowadays. Well, that's it. Well, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think of where to go directly.
Does anybody else who is there present in the scene have any questions about this? Well, lucky thanks. I take your deep, unending silence as a no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking on it, it's just an out-of-game question where it's I don't know if even at this point, if us offering supplies and weapons will actually do much at the current point unless we actually help them facilitate something.
I mean, yes, but no. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
If you give them crates full of guns, they can say, we have crates of guns to give.
Yeah.
Similarly, if you're hey, we were thinking of training anyway, and would you like to coordinate that, then that works.
Yeah.
Then they've got training,
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, but the thing is, I'm trying to figure out what is the best way to breach this. Because the thing is, they seem that they kind of want to be separated from...
Debatable. Here's the thing. There are no regular non-clone soldiers in the Grand Army. That's not how it was built. So they can't just go, "Hello, Republic, I would like to become Army Man, please." That just isn't how you're set up to do it. So the only thing they can do is be paramilitary.
Okay. Well then, because we do have a fuck ton of guns that aren't going anywhere and probably aren't going to be used by our military.
Yep.
And honestly, well, actually, I guess my biggest concern is getting the bodies. Because here's the thing, I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of people who can do I don't know if there's a lot of guys who can do a militia job full time, because everyone, a fully functional adult should probably have a functional job. And those who don't probably usually have something done, or usually are from seedier parts of things. So it's do we want...
possibly use facilitating in the formation of this group as part of reinforcing Mor Iridu and so on?
What I would personally do is not have a full standing militia, but...
Well, yeah, that's not necessarily what he was thinking either. He's when shit happens, the militia will be formed and you will be properly armed and trained so that we can go...
Oh, okay, so they are thinking of basically...
Yeah, they're thinking of a classical militia, what places like Switzerland have, where okay, you have your self-defense training and you have your government-issued self-defense weapon, and so if shit happens and we do the activate the militia call, because guess what? Much like this quarantine we're in right now in real life, there will be situations where you can't go to work because there's a fucking war.
Yeah.
So the pay thing is mostly to be able to pay people to take time off work to attend training, kind of thing.
Well, then the question is where we're going to get that additional money from, because I think because I think we can wrangle getting them guns and training, but I think the stipend's gonna have to honestly.
Oh, well, you could do volunteer stuff, you know? That would be on them for them to, like, figure it out, but...
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I'm gonna bring this up to him, and it's like, recently we came into a large surplus of weapons and whatnot, and thinking of what the best way to do it is, we're considering maybe potentially arming the more local populace so that we don't have incidences such as, Canhead, Big Hills, and what was the one that actually got destroyed?
I don't even remember. It was weird. It's... Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not in my notes.
Yeah. And again, but if we start handing out, a bunch of weapons, we want to ensure that the people we are handing to them is well trained in their use and how to respond to emergencies. Like I said, there's one thing I do not want to do is giving someone with a bad temper and a itchy trigger finger a gun. And so, if it's like we can, so that is something that we on Republic of our Army can potentially help out with, but we must, but we can't do. Actually, I'll just leave it at that. We have as an open-ended offer at the moment.
Okay, so I guess what then is the gist of your open-ended offer?
Open offer is basically we are like, if this actually looks like it is picking up steam, we are willing to offer maybe some arms and training to the
so
effort.
You have assets and training. All right. Yeah. And he was like, "Well, that's mighty kind of you, Lady Jedi. That is indeed what the group has kind of been missing. You know, mostly we're grassroots. We've got a healthy number of people, but it's hard to get people together without kind of a hook. You know, everybody was planning on bringing their own assets, as it were, but saying we have legitimate military assets might be helpful." Sorry.
Well, how about this? How about, in the next coming weeks, we try to organize a sort of training camp. And basically, any person is invited who can meet a standard physical level, and we will put them through some basic Republic military training. At the end of said training, they will receive a firearm and can add their list to their town's militia, which basically confers them on certain responsibilities in an emergency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess the result is probably like some of this stuff. Sometimes I feel like you should make checks, or other times it's just like, yeah, no, they probably wouldn't. Like right now, what you're offering is better than where they are at, which is nowhere. Yeah. So I guess there's no real point to fight about it because this is you're giving them what they want, kind of.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and you're not really. It doesn't sound like you're really playing hardball with them. So
no, I have a few fail safes in there, but nothing hard.
So that probably turns into a separate downtime instance where we see how well this has gone off.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's basically like, all right, we'll see about running a training camp shortly. See who you can bring, basically. And, see how much organizing we can get done. And they're like, okay, well, that's good. It's official. So we'll see how far that goes. They'll probably ask, do you want to pitch in basically any promo for this? Like, are you going to do anything to promote this? Or we can handle our own normal promo?
Well, you do mention radio, if you like, and you are going to use a radio message. I would not mind giving my endorsement on said message.
Okay. Well, we'll take that. Maybe not like literally right now, because they're not in a recording setup. But they'll take it. Why don't you roll me another average leadership check then?
Average leadership.
How good is your Aramaa wants you?
Oh my!
Message, and it's Aramaa's angry 1,000-yard blindfold and a pointing finger.
Let's see. Here's yellow, average.
It's General
Sports.
Vespers in the Peanut Gallery for once.
I'm General Aramaa, and this is my favorite store on Soheliv.
Do you have a favorite store on Soheliv?
Yeah,
the rope store?
Yeah.
I sold you a lot of rope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's over in Ubeshu.
Hey, now come down to my rope store. Endorsed by the Jedi. Best rope store on Soheliv. We got big ropes, we got short ropes. We got thin ropes, we got long ropes. We got waterproof ropes. We got smart ropes. We got self-tying ropes. We got dumb ropes. We got ropes for the droids. We got laser ropes. We got shock ropes. We got flaming ropes.
Oh, God.
And we got a rope that'll make him tell the truth if you tie around him.
I just keep him. We got dumb ropes. I just imagine the scene of him just tossing a rope on the floor and it just goes thud.
Yeah, exactly.
Ha! I'm getting a little upset here now.
Huh.
I literally rolled. So for audience home, on my 3 yellow dice versus these 2 purple, I rolled success advantage on every single one. Then on my purple dice, I rolled 3 failures and then 2 dark side pips again. I think this entire session I have rolled only 1 light side pip, and I have rolled. Let's see here.
Did you get a couple in there?
No, I've only gotten 1.
No, yeah, it is only 1. Okay, because we haven't made that many rolls this session.
Yeah, it's kind of it's like session 3 where the dice were like betraying all of us so much.
I'm about to go back to the other roller now. This is getting dumb.
Just do it for your force dice or something.
No, I think the other dice roller tends to roll more dark than this one.
Oh, maybe, but like as I said, like I rolled 3 yellow against 2 purple and still came out with
and
no
rolled
success.
very well. Just the failure were pretty rough.
Yeah, the failure rate seems high.
Though
today.
I will say, actually, hold on. Do you not get no blue for leadership?
Not that I know. Well, let me check again.
Okay,
Let's
just making
see
sure.
here.
You do get it on quite a few social skills.
Yeah, well, let's see. I can remove 1 black from charm and leadership. Let's see here. Remove 1 black from knowledge. Add 1 blue to charm, coercion, and deception. 1 blue to stealth.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right. Well, it's not bad. It's just probably not very specific.
God damn. So where's that EOT roller?
And now you're gonna roll 5 successes and double triumphs all night.
I hope so.
And then Omega will get suspicious. And then you'll have to switch back.
Yeah.
And it'll do it again 2 weeks later.
For you see, I have 3 dukes!
Well, I mean, on that EOT roller, I did get like 4 threat and a triumph plus success.
No, I said, like, I just don't like the fact that I am not succeeding on checks that is weighted way in my favor.
Yes, obviously. That's why, sometimes you switch dice. But nobody actually physically owns any of these dice because they're weird.
Yeah.
And
So, okay, so... No, I can't.
Sorry.
Like I said, he hasn't flipped any...
No, because I have no reason to roll. You guys are all doing downtime stuff, and there's nothing to roll against you.
Yep.
And there's no real reason for me to be like, and something sinister happened, because we're not doing anything. We're doing downtime stuff. But you guys are rolling a lot. Anyway, you're at base right now. Though you are stuck in a conversation, because you said you wanted to show up, and then you did nothing.
Right.
Anyway, I think since we did the whole cut-up promo, the conversation's basically done.
Yeah.
Okay, and...
So I'll say, hold on, real quick, though. One on the thing with that cat, because you already did the narcotics test, you already kind of know the counteraction to some of the living death stuff. It's just that there is a point of no return.
Okay.
Like, people can be on it too long.
It's time for the Mommy Dust.
Yeah. You probably want to tell somebody about that, because that's why you got the result, like, they gave you the narcotics kit.
That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to tell them to work with
So if only Aramaa had gotten those rehabs clinics built.
Shakes fist.
But that will probably help for future stuff. Actually communicating to... Healy Lady had a name. What was it?
I have it. It's in the notes.
I got my
Elia Roll.
Yeah. Roll. It's RWOL, Internet. I randomly generate a lot of these things, so the phenoms are unknown to me. But yeah,
Star Wars
so
be like that.
she was the one who gave you the narcotics med kit, which I believe you have to restock if you want to keep it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I decided just to give it back.
Okay. So you hand it back and are like, here's what I learned. She's like, oh, thank you very much. Pat, pat. Here's a little space lolly. That's with 2 L's and a Y, Internet. I hear you over there. Loth typing.
God damn it,
He
Loth.
said it anyway, even though I called him out.
Hey!
Even though I sensed
without
through time and space what was happening.
Those without spines walk endlessly.
Okay. But alright, so that was a quick interview with that, because Kavis said that. Did I already have you roll something to study the mummy dust? Last time?
I don't think you have yet.
Okay. Ooh. It's a very
Would
good
be
question.
education such as chemicals?
No, I think this is lore.
Okay.
Because
this is better then.
It's mummy dust. It's lore. Let's go with a hard lore check. As Kavis goes back to his chemistry set while Aramaa shoots a promo.
Okay.
I kind of want to. I have an idea of everything to do now, but I think you're kind of busy with all this, so I'll just.
I know. Let me know so I can keep doing stuff. Like, he has to go roll dice now. I think he's rolling on the other roller. So what do you want to do? We have downtime between dice rolls, basically.
I just wanted to you start doing prep for, like, if we're gonna, like, start the mission of, like, reinforcing Mor Iridu, and so, like, I kind of want to, like, scout around to, like, find positions and where I should, like, focus.
Well, that unfortunately, that is exactly what that actually is. So yes, you probably should wait until all the players are actually doing that, because that is literally how I intended that to start.
Fair.
So if we want to skip the rest of Aramaa's to-do list, we could jump there right now. But
I don't know. Aramaa's to-do list is done at this point because as I said, Aramaa's getting a little frustrated.
All right, so you want to wait to see what happens with your training camp plan. Okay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
All right, you rolled success triumph. Okay, so, mummy dust. As opposed to the living death serum, which is kind of the whole dissociative state narcotics thing. The mummy dust is, well, you're not an expert on the alchemies.
Yeah.
But you are able to kind of figure out, okay, so it contains, alchemical reagents. It contains Ixtalsolona extract, which is the active. It's the hallucinogen that goes into death sticks, so it's got a mild hallucinogenic effect and some other weird stuff. You can basically figure out what the effect, as reported, was, because similar to what Aramaa probably reported on what she felt when she got blasted in the face with it.
Ooh.
Which is just they experience chaotic emotions and audiovisual hallucinations. You can't really do like a clinical study to get the spooky death part, but you can infer that maybe there's something going on. It doesn't appear to be any sort of directly harmful, but it does kind of, because it adds one threat, it does kind of stress the user out and make it more likely that they will have complications from other activities. There's no real antidote to it. It's kind of magic. So, hence why it's a discipline check instead of a resilience check. It's a mind-affecting thing, so it's not like, hey, are you immune to poisons? It's like, no, dude, hey, are you able to keep your shit together on your weird spirit trip?
Yeah, pretty much the mind mojo. Pretty much like, can you resist the mind mojo of this? Yeah, so you can. There's no real cure to mummy dust, as it were. You could probably do something to maybe give a PC, like if you saw them suffering, you could be like, hey, you can get another discipline check because I'm gonna figure out that you're having weird hallucinations. But there's not much else to be done about that. You can definitely identify it. Whoever developed this, though, this is clearly some kind of force-related organization. Alchemy and magic, possibly with a K, is not really in the Jedi playbook, but you know that there are a couple of other minor force traditions which actually do this sort of things sometimes. Okay. So you learn some things. Alright. Just walked my knuckle on my mic arm stand. Oh, let me check how long. Oh, wow, we've only been going for an hour and a half. Yeah. I'm having a weird reverse time slip now. I'm like, wow, that really didn't feel like 40 minutes, and now I'm like, wow, we've only been going for an hour and a half? That felt like forever. Yep. Yeah, but for me it's been worse because like I can only hear you guys half the time. Yeah, your connection is, you're the one who's having a really freaked out connection today. Yeah. Because I've actually been really stable, knock on wood. Okay. My bars have been pretty up there. Yeah, mine only went down to red in the first hour.
Well, we had an hour and a half. You mind if we take a quick break? I want to go check on something real quick. Sure, we can take a 5-minute intermission. Yeah. I'll go stretch and stuff. All right. Yeah. Pause. I'll be right back. Set the recording back up. Who cares? We're doing some acquisitions in the downtime. We took a little intermission. Now we're back. Camo has rolled to successfully acquire his combat-tested mod. You're going to put that on, what, your rifle? Yeah, the one I always have on me. Yeah. And right now, I believe the Luckster is
trying to acquire sap gloves for punching.
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna try this one more time. If this doesn't give me a good roll, because it's a really good roll, I'm gonna be mad, and I'm switching over to the other roll. So here we go.
Huh.
I feel like something's just not going right.
Yeah. Again, I got 2 Black Force pips, a failure, and 1 advantage.
It feels like the Force dice aren't doing...
Well, I mean, I keep saying that, Axe, that's what they're for. They literally have that set up.
Yeah.
Like, they literally have more faces that show dark side pips than light side pips. Well, Loth actually succeeded on his check. We are getting a lot of the double dark.
Yeah.
Has it only been double dark the last, 10 rolls?
Well, I've gotten
again,
one.
like I said, remember, replacement. It's all statistics. We have derailed. I'm going to stay here. This is my TED Talk about probability and statistics. Listen, there's no replacement, or there is replacement, rather. So the dice go back to being the dice every single time. There is no such thing as history. Mm-hmm. That's not how probability works. That's like the gamer's fallacy. People presume that their luck happens in streaks, and it appears that way. But technically, in a grand scheme of things, your probability doesn't actually change. The probability of it being anything will actually be the same. You just have to keep rolling until it evens out.
I just say it's a dice roller bot that I feel like there might be something like that, but fair.
No,
it's just literally percentages. Every die has a percentage, and the percentage. Actually, I think this actually happens. It has the stats in the fucking EOT. So hang on.
The EOT has the, what do they call it? Like the Monte Carlo roller. It'll actually tell you what your probability is.
Yeah, hang on.
Because I will say that technically your my roll is probably not within the statistical normalcy. There's probably like a 50-50 shot that you get some success on it. Mm. Loth actually did a really good check. Like, those dice all came out okay. So it does have positive faces. You just need to roll it enough, I guess.
Yeah, just didn't roll for failure.
I'm just used to having failed rolls anyway, so it's it happens.
It's just kind of strange. It's like consistently failing.
Well,
it's
how dice work.
Well, yeah, the thing just is that Lucky's annoyed because it's all of his good rolls that are nothing, and it's all dark side pips, so he can't. There's no luck mitigation.
Yeah, no, I'm not pissed about the foresight pips. I'm pissed about the other half. Because, Axe, I don't remember if you remember this. The Force die literally have more single dark side pips than I think about anything else. Because there's single dark, single light, double pips.
Yeah, it's hard to tell in the graphics of the roller, but Force dice are 12-sided.
Single dark side are on the 6,
So there's more than 6, so over half of them are dark pips. Just there are more light pips that are double light pips.
Yeah.
So there's technically there's, I believe, a 50-50 split between light and dark pips total on the dice. It's just there are physically more faces that show dark pips, but if you roll a light pip, it is more likely to be a double than a single.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Welcome back.
We've been yelling about dice probability the entire time you were gone.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I get no sap clubs. They're gone. So yeah,
I don't have any in stock.
I shake fist.
He can probably find you some brass knuckles, though. You did roll one advantage.
No, I want to go.
There was a bunch of dudes already had them, in the streets.
I mean, it's not like the gloves are super common, because the rarity adjusted up to 6, so...
Yeah, I guess that's fair, but still. I'll try again later. Yeah, that's right,
somewhere else. Wait, actually, hold on. Did you account for your mercantiler datapad in there?
Yeah, that's my blue.
Oh, okay. Alright, just making sure. I feel like you roll blue a lot.
I try to get as much blue as I can without being dumb. Okay, clearly I just need to get a fucking garrote then, which is rarity 2, same price.
Super lethal.
No, it's sunsetting.
Yeah, you can just choke rather than strangulate.
I guess you make it where it's not made of razor wire.
Well, that's not what a garrote is for, Axe.
Yeah, no.
It's strangulation. It's to cut off the circulation in your arteries. You don't cut somebody's head off.
I'm just used to, I'm just with the KGB ones, which are actually made of razor wire.
Well, I'm not the KGB, Axe.
I mean, you can use piano wire, but still, you don't... The cutting is like a secondary effect. You're not gonna actually, I'm gonna slit your carotid with a piece of wire. It's dumb.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to just maybe be quiet for a little bit, because we've gone on a few tangents these last, 10 minutes.
But,
so nobody else wants to buy anything, right?
Yeah.
I think that was the point of the downtime conversation.
I apologize.
That's not buying anything. Everybody's good? You're all mumbling.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, fine.
Yes.
All right.
I'm good.
Okay. Well, now an hour and 40 minutes in on the mission clock. I think we're gonna go do the thing for real because you guys are tired.
Yeah.
You've spent like 3 days at base, and Arama's just like, "Fuck, this is why I hate this place. Let's get out of here."
I have to get out before I drink my own stock.
Just talking to another random guy who's like trying to sell you a garrote and tell you it's a sap glove. You're like, no, those aren't the same thing.
But you see, just wrap the cord around your
No,
hand.
it's good
and
for
now
you.
it's
It's
sap
punching.
glove.
Wrap it around fist. You punch better. No, what? Where are you even from? I am from Soheliv, comrade. What? No. Okay. So, your chosen mission, should you choose to accept it, which you damn well better because that's what you told me you were doing. Menacing.
It's like, no, we're going
You
over.
think no? Question mark.
Is you want to check out Mor Iridu to secure it for things, basically.
Yes.
Because you did some boots on the ground stuff and were like, actually, I don't think boots technically got any knocked out in the past 3 sessions, but you know what I mean. But you want to actually, you've done some actual local observing there, and you want to actually check things out, maybe make things more secure. So first, I believe I should read what the Gazetteer says about Mor Iridu. As a quick recap. So, Mor Iridu, population approximately 8,000. The single largest settlement on Soheliv, this port city is built into a shallow cove on the coast, and is considered the capital of the Centauran parish. Built into the Iridu Delta, this entire area is built up on stilts, catwalks, and large blocks of permacrete foundation. It is famous for the massive seawall, which keeps out the seasonal storms and waves from Soheliv's oceans. While somewhat rustic in appearance, it has a variety of buildings and levels on a metal skeleton, a Mellison. I'm just going to kitbash those words together, which stretches above the flat delta land with catwalks and hammocks underneath the street level. While the most urbane colonists on the planet, the locals are still quite independent and rugged. Major businesses here are food processing, carrying of meats or grains grown by other colonists, limited manufacturing, mostly plant fiber and wood products, and water purification, with the desalination plant in the cove the largest facility on the planet and one of the largest employers in town. They also have a small marketing in manufacturing and maintenance of swamp speeders, riverboats, and marsh walkers, with luxury woodworking and other small businesses. The upper layer is covered in gutters, awnings, and lightning rods and lanterns to provide light, as the coast is constantly battered by fog and storms, while the underside is often damp, dark, and with limited infrastructure. But a unique subculture of plants and animals springs up from the paved-over delta. Mor Iridu has a small commercial spaceport and some support facilities you'd expect in a larger township. Ooh. And that's where you're like, thanks, audio logs! Yay, codexes. Or possibly codices. Alright, so, my general idea for this is, you're gonna, first off, we're gonna look at the town and you're gonna look for vulnerable spots, because that's what you do when you're trying to plan your defenses. So, everybody who is looking, you may choose to make me a average knowledge warfare or a hard knowledge education, because I'm using edu to sub for city planning, I guess. And if you wanted to, don't have those skills, Goo, if you wanted to eyeball it, I guess, and use cunning, you could probably substitute that hard for a streetwise or perception check to just physically look at stuff, but obviously that will have different potential complications than just, you stand in the center of town and go, what could be wrong here?
Okay.
Did you roll that just now? I'm assuming you're rolling knowledge warfare, buddy. You only need to roll average for that.
On the average,
Yeah.
oh, my bad.
We can just take out that threat result. I guess that would keep it the same, just -1 threat. If you don't want to just re-roll the whole thing and risk a complete blowout.
We'll do it that way.
Okay.
Just -1 threat.
So
just
he rolls
one
one success. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Any other takers on the Rolly Rollerson?
I'm Rolly Rollerson, as just I use the...
Yeah, you gotta crop yours.
Yeah.
Wait,
Wait
we're
a minute,
doing
I
again,
misheard
sorry?
and thought it was knowledge warfare hard.
No, Knowledge Warfare is,
Knowledge
average.
education
Average.
is hard.
Okay.
Yeah, I use the knowledge education, by the way. And
Really? You think you're better at that than... Okay.
I mean, I have no ranks in either, so...
Okay. I see. I see
Man, I
this.
sent a second knowledge warfare, so is there anything else I could have actually done?
Wait, if you have no ranks in either, go with the one that's the average check.
Why?
Yeah. That's purple.
Like I said, dice are dice. They're gonna fuck me as I have learned today, even if I have an amazing fucking roll, dice can fuck me.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you're using the EOTE dice roller, so you actually rolled successes, because there's fucking computer weights of those things.
Yeah, they are.
So, what is the... if I was on
So
use
the
cunning,
normal
what would it
check
be again?
is average knowledge warfare or hard knowledge education. But if you don't want to use int skills, you could sub in a cunning skill like perception or streetwise for that hard check. But you're going to have different complications if you roll threat because you're physically running around town looking at stuff with your eyeballs. Whereas Arama's threat will be entirely brain-based, for instance.
Yeah. Also, Loth, you're good at knowledge warfare. Why would I want to double up on something that you're potentially going to get like all the information for anyway?
Okay. Well, I wasn't saying like you putting skills into knowledge warfare. I just like why didn't you roll? But don't worry.
So yeah, we're doing this. It's kind of a like overall success levels contribute to more things. All right, he sees nothing. That's a lot of failures.
Yeah.
What was that with? Perception?
Knowledge warfare.
Knowledge warfare, okay. You did that.
Perception, I have more than 2 dice.
Okay. Alright. So, Camo is like, this is not the jungle. And thus, you cannot figure out any strategic weak points in this location, off the top of your head. Other than anything that may be obvious to you out of character.
I might need to do some crap work.
So, we'll start at the top then. So, Boots, you're thinking about it. I'll give you the obvious one since you went first. Well, gee, this desalination plant is the largest employer in town and is a major part of the local infrastructure as that it provides us clean water. Because in case you've forgotten, everybody, the local water is either extremely salty or silty with dirt. So you need to purify it somehow, otherwise it's bad. So that's a very obvious potential weakness, is the desalination plant. You may want to check out how secure that is. Kavis, you think of, with urban planning, you're like, where's always a weak point in a city? Oh yeah, how do we get power? And actually, to answer that question, Mor Iridu is powered by a combination of wind and tidal turbines. They do probably have some smaller generators which run on fuel of some kind. Space fuel.
Biomass!
They run on something, okay? Just because I don't think that question has ever been adequately answered by Star Wars, ever. What does a generator run on? Oh, no, fuel. Shut up. Slap. That's George Lucas slapping you.
Yes.
So, but you think, okay, what do they locally run on power? Because, there's probably some, like, ethanol equivalent fuels or whatever, you can turn cornstarch into burning fuel, basically, but that's probably only suitable for local. Industrial level power is all tidal and wind, because there's a lot of it. So that's actually out in the cove, partially underwater. That would probably be a bad place to have an incident. And,
Okay.
Aramaa, you are thinking about things. What did you roll under? Education?
Yes.
Okay. So you're thinking about city planning also. And honestly, not a lot comes to mind. Like, you feel like maybe you're missing something obvious, but, because you did roll 3 threat, so I am actually skipping an obvious answer. You did still roll 2 success, so you do think of 2 more sites, though, that could matter. 1, okay, where do they store food in town? And actually, they have storage silos, granaries, basically. They store all the grain and all the meat work they're curing. And...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you got that?
No, what was the second one?
Oh, no, I just said the first one, the granaries.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So there's granaries, they store grain and other foodstuffs here that are kind of part of the general food source of the town. And the second thing is that you know that also in the cove along the coast there are fisheries who like catch local fish of various types to turn into food.
Okay.
So they catch a little bit of fish locally, but mostly they process and store food from other colonies. So those could be potential sites of damage.
Okay.
So hold on, let me write that down for you. A list.
All right. Hang on one second. Someone was trying to get my attention for something, and I was all like, "What?" So hang on.
It's fine. I gotta write this list so you guys don't forget it.
Yay, thank you.
Because I won't forget, because I have a list.
Okay. Alright.
Sorry, audience. I'm chuckling at a funny doggo picture on the internet.
Okay.
Here, I'll show the team what the funny doggo looks like.
Oh, still no response on... but still no response on people if they want to see what we talk about, or at least the chat here so they can see some of the roles as well.
No, nobody has input whether they want to see the results, I guess, so we'll see. It may just be that they're not caught up on the later episodes.
Too much extra work. I appreciate it, but I've evolved, so it doesn't matter.
I can understand why some people maybe wouldn't, because they could probably just be like, I can put this on in the background and do something else.
Right, we usually, if something important happens that's non-visual, we do it anyway. we talk about it.
Yeah.
But no, it's also possibly just that, like I said, a lot of people haven't caught up to the latest stuff yet. Because we're putting out a lot, okay? It's only been like I posted Live and Let Die, and then 2 days later I've posted Today. It's not an April Fool's joke, bad boys. Yeah, but they're still, they're fucking 2.5 hours long, or 3.5 hours long, They physically take time to consume all the way through, even if you're listening to a lot, so it takes a while to catch up. Audience, if you're out there, tell me, are you current? When did you watch this? Leave a comment.
Yes, please let us know. Do we need to try to trim this down?
I don't know
let
if
us
we
know
can really
your
trim
thoughts.
too much more down, but I can technically sit on them and space them out better. That just means I have to figure out where they go. I just push forward with what we had right now because I wanted to make sure I did it.
Yeah. But regardless, audience, your feedback is appreciated. Now I'm tempted to just leave a comment when this gets uploaded to just be like, I have a comment. Loth smells.
Just yourself? Call it like yourself?
Yeah.
Omega, so,
You should really
even
kick out
if I
that
fail the
Loth
check,
guy.
I
He
tried
doesn't
it,
do
okay?
anything.
What was that, Axe? You kept talking while other people were
Even-
talking.
Sorry, my connection. Either I failed one check, can I try a different kind of check?
Probably,
Wait.
but we need to probably see what the other player's immediate response is.
Alright, fair. Because I just want to see if I can try to, help cover.
Because, theoretically, yeah, you could take another crack at it. It's just, I need to figure out what the rest of you are doing. Because that's basically advancing time, because none of you decided to go with cunning, so everybody's basically just sitting around going,
Okay. So
This
all in
is a place.
Right.
Yeah,
We
that was
just
all
know
in skill,
about-
so you were just thinking.
We just know about possible targets. We
Yeah,
don't know
basically, this
anything
was
about-
your check of hey, where could we need to make sure that things are secure?
And then we don't know specifically about people that we might need to keep an eye on.
Yes. There's,
Sadly, at this current point in time, looking at the defenses of the city or possible weak points, I don't think we would have been like, with my knowledge warfare, I think that the mayor might be a weak point.
No, I'm sorry. I just interpreted that as, no, there's not any suspicious human-dressed droids milling around. You need to be like, hey, who's that guy? I don't know. Maybe I jumped too far and I'm just like, suspicious individuals you gotta run a police state here?
All I made more so spot out any sort of personal interests that might be a security risk for the city.
Please ignore me. I am Roger.
Sort of
I
like
hope
that
that-
thing where they could be accidentally do something.
Well, okay. That's probably for four dudes standing around. That's way too deep of a scale.
Yeah, I know.
That could be theoretically something you want to set up as because is it Republican? There is a military intelligence arm. Technically, those aren't you guys, but you have some guys who do some of that stuff, I guess, because there's clones everywhere. So you could actually, I don't know. You may have talked to the intelligence boys previously, so you could, I guess, if you wanted to, as one of your specific looking for things thing, you could say you want intelligence to keep an eye out for suspicious individuals or whatever. Look for mental weaknesses, but that's probably a pretty
mental weaknesses. That's
comprehensive survey
for our group. Something that not a 4-person group can do.
All right, Lucky says he's gonna be a few minutes, so I'm going to pause the recording, audience. I'm gonna drink some water.
All right,
I'm gonna resume. I resume immediately to a yawn. Hi, hello, audience. We had a very long intermission there. I was like,
I'm sorry, Lucky had to go help with moving heavy things, and then there was all right, it's food time. I'm like, okay.
Hey, at least get fuel.
I probably should have mentioned my family didn't want me to have this game go too long, but I guess it doesn't matter.
Well,
anymore.
yeah, if you have a time limit, we should have said something. We could we're at 2 hours. We can end right now, but I feel like we should do some stuff.
We haven't done anything, so it's no.
Yeah.
Okay,
Done a few
to
things.
recap, because I wrote it down, but then I think there was some yelling about ghosting and a dog, multiple dogs. So I'll repost my list since I typed it once, and I'm not going to type it again.
I reposted for
just
you.
did it.
Double post.
I sniped you.
Snipe.
Let's get delete first.
Yeah, so that's what you found. So I guess overall, what's your immediate thought about that process?
I'm thinking probably the wind tile plants are probably the primary target.
Well,
Yeah, in order of importance, I'd go
Then
maybe food,
probably food
water
too.
and pipe plants, and a desalination plant, like on the list of priorities from most to least.
Okay, I don't wanna to force your options, but I would like to remind you in the description that the desalination plant is not just important for Mor Iridu, it's important for this entire planet.
Yeah.
In that case, never mind. Desalination plant is at the forefront.
Desalination is like number one.
The power plant and the grain or fish stuff is just for here.
Yeah.
Now that's not bad because there's like 8,000 people here. There's a lot more population. This is the largest population density. But
so desalination number one, then probably food stuff is number two. Then no, that's not because wind pipe plants probably power the granaries and the food processing stuff.
As I said, food. The desalination and the wind and the plants going down cause immediate fucking problems.
Yeah.
Granary and fisheries, like, as long as the rest of the infrastructure, people can, continue to fish, can find food, forage, and whatnot. But my immediate question is, what defenses does Mor Iridu have standing now?
Yeah.
And it's like, do they have any sensors? Do they have, well, as I said, they don't have a standing militias. We just went over that. But,
and we also...
So standing defenses as probably be taken for most cities, though Mor Iridu is bigger. They probably have, well, on the coast they have the seawall. That's technically for the tide and for storms, but it still means that you can't like sail a boat or something, or park a sub right in the cove, because it's there for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Though obviously it has openings and partial entrances so that they can still have like tides and whatever. It's not completely sealed,
Yeah.
But it physically keeps stuff out.
The breaker.
There's probably some other similar kind of storm wall drain barrier on the land side. Not a lot, but like they probably have like windbreak walls and other functions around the exterior of the city so that, they don't have to deal with storm winds or water or flash floods or anything accidentally breaking into the upper levels, and it all drains out into the delta, so it's supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably not a military spec wall, that's more environmental.
Yeah.
That said, the terrain around here is kind of flat and rough, so they do have good sight lines. For sensors, they probably just have environmental sensors and probably like large fauna sensors. Not that any wild predator would actually be dumb enough to attack a city of like 8,000 people, unless it's like a fucking kaiju or something. But they try to keep people in the outlying areas informed.
Okay. So, means they have no AA defenses, they have no Miltech sensors, and they definitely have no ground forces. Okay.
Nope. Security here will be provided by the local marshals, which is basically a police force. They probably have a robust number of cops because this is a big town. But, they're still security guys. They're armed with, pistols and batons. They probably have, like, a riot squad or two in case of emergency.
Okay, so things that I would consider is, one, anti-espionage efforts, which...
Yeah. We were already talking about that, clean that off to the intelligence branch.
Yeah, basically, you guys yourselves are probably not going to be able to, like, run a counter-espionage op in this town, but if you want to, you can actually be like, hey, can we dedicate some resources down here?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like we need to, for one, wander counter-espionage, because one or two guys get inside any of these targets, they can cause a whole lot of ruckus before anyone could stop them.
Yep.
Two, as I said, I'm most concerned not by an attack by sea, but an attack by air. Basically, since they have clear skies over here, they can basically just fly any number of whatever over here, and there'd be nothing we can do to stop them.
Quote-unquote clear skies. It is Soheliv.
Quote-unquote cloudy skies.
And it is true, it was noted, there is a lot of fog and storms off the coast, so air travel is a little rough. It tends to be done in small windows when you get, like, large speeder transports out here. Although, obviously, they could attempt to land larger vehicles,
Yeah. I don't say we need coastal guns or anything, but some AA turrets might be nice.
Yeah.
And anti-espionage AA turret. Honestly, getting that militia up...
probably some stuff that can help defend some of the stuff that's underwater, because he did point out that things the tidal plants are underwater.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, they have to be, because there's no tide in the air.
Yeah. While the turbines are out, both those are out in the sea.
The only problem is that means that's additional resources we have to take to our own underwater.
You know, I don't think there's a sea mine stat line. I could probably give it a pass on anti-vehicle mines, though.
Okay.
If you wanna mine the cove, that might require some discussion with the local government, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like.
What do you mean this local fishing boat hit one of the sea mines?
just a guy on a riverboat. Shit! Oh, like he's ghosting. Damn. Which is bad because he's in the middle. He's in the middle of a list, a lucky list. Okay, but to review, I hope he's writing this down in some form, because otherwise I'm gonna forget this if we don't write this down.
Okay.
So
I've been trying to write this down.
Yeah. So he's concerned about air. Marth/Kavis has brought up sea defenses also, which might be a point. I don't know if you guys want to focus on maybe enhanced sensors. That might be part of your espionage surveillance plans, to build counter-espionage. Because I will say there's probably not like a CCTV system in this town. It's while more technologically advanced than other towns, it is still a little bit rustic in design, as was noted.
Okay. No. Okay, so no enhanced security system.
Yeah, basically. Because that would probably be a function of Arama's stimulus package plan, depending on where you want to put this funding. Though I will say, because technically you did not get rehab hospital off the ground, that is not another strategic vulnerability, because
that's good.
They aren't built. So before anybody asks, they wouldn't blow up. No, they would blow up hospitals. The Separatists are a war crime carnival.
Because Star Wars is evil.
There's like
no, because
any
they're
war
fucking
crime
assholes. They're literally run by an evil cabal.
But okay, so
yeah, so far we've got Kirperners, sea defense, and air defense, maybe.
Well, one of the simple things that we can do without actually getting the full anti-espionage is if we can set up security checkpoints and patrols.
So you want to basically start enforcing martial law? I mean, who's gonna man your checkpoints, buddy?
Guess that's true.
Yeah. So
and that could cause.
Yeah, that can cause some friction.
Put a pin in that. Axe, what were you saying? Put a pin in it. Axe, what were you saying?
Is it possible, as everyone here is trying to figure it out, if I could do some groundwork, do a streetwise check to see if there's anything to assist in possibly determining what we should do?
No, because you don't know what they're doing. Okay. There's no right answer here. This is one of those things. So
yeah.
Until you guys have more narrow goals, no, you cannot go hit the streets to see what it is. So,
okay.
I would start contributing to the general planning. Like, what do you are a specialist in sabotage, technically, and recon. So, what are your thoughts in character about what you should be doing, or out of character? I don't know. Are we having an in-character conversation? I don't even know.
I don't even know, actually.
Go back to your building your list.
Okay, so while we honestly, instead of just arbitrarily instituting martial law, we can always ask the city's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe ask the governor. It's like these are some of the. Basically, I think this is what we probably have to do. We have to basically make a list of things that we could potentially do, and then give it to the city. It's like, all right, which one do you think you and your citizens would be fine with us enacting? Because technically, we're the Grand Republic Army. We're stationed here, but we're not.
We're not the law.
We're not the law. So
basically,
I guess
there is technically jurisdictional stuff going on. You could totally be like, boom, executive emergency. I'm in charge.
But as I said, right now it's not. As I said, if separatists did a fucking attack on the city, yeah, that's when it's like, nope, we're in charge now. You do it as we say until the situation is resolved, and maybe a little bit of time after that, so we don't have a repeat. But right now, skies are cloudy, but, we don't have...
Right, there's no active threats. You're just the idea that there could be a threat just kind of came to you because you were in the city for a while.
Yeah. So, security checkpoint patrols, which have to be done by clones, is an option. But as I said, we don't know how much people are feeling the threat here, and again, I don't want to start grinding people's gears. Just because in the name of greater peace here, I want to find some good compromise between the two.
Yep.
Yeah. Not
but,
great openings.
Yeah, but as I said, something we could definitely bring up with the ruling body.
He gusted.
It's
Okay.
weird, but every time Lucky isn't doing anything, he's not ghosted. But when he really wants to talk, it's when the computer decides, fuck this.
Well, I don't know.
I
There's
feel
a
like
lot
I
of
have a
trouble-
connection
You
to it.
did talk.
There's a lot of troubleshooting going on that I don't know what it is. Anyway,
But yeah, no, I think to go with Lucky's idea, we should come up with our plan, present them to the people in charge, and be like, hey, just in case, because this is a major city and we are worried about a separatist attack, here are some ideas we have for you guys. You don't have to implement them, but they are suggestions. We won't force you to do anything that you don't want to do. But it's just that we are concerned for the safety of the people here.
okay, you might phrase it straight. Fuck, I can't speak. Lucky
Also-
physically can't speak. I also physically can't speak, just in a different way. I was trying to say you might want to phrase that in a slightly stronger way, but yes, okay, I get what you're going for.
I'll say I can't phrase it strongly, but maybe Boots or Aramaa could phrase it better than I can in character.
Here are your official government-recommended guidelines.
Yes.
Okay,
We
sensor.
said-
Yeah,
we
Lucky's
said
talking about upgrading sensor and comms.
Ah, yes.
I suppose basically building some sort of post of command here.
Oh, don't let them capture the command post.
They've captured a command post. Take it
captured
back. But okay, so that makes good. It's a good.
I think that
Mhm.
as me as a person would never know it, but I think Camo would actually know ways that most any buildings and defensive establishments can be sabotaged, even slightly
Well,
to
yeah,
lead
obviously.
up to bigger defenses.
That
So
would be mechanics, I guess. That's again, we're probably still we're in too much of a big brain moment for anything specific right now. So
Yeah. Because here's the thing, X.
Good.
Even if you know where all the things are, either you're gonna have to tell somebody they have to keep an eye on that, which is bodies they have to spend, or we're gonna have to do it, which is bodies we're gonna have to spend. And if we spend the bodies, then basically we're gonna be stunting a bunch of clone troops who are gonna be stomping around these people's city, and people might not necessarily want that.
That might help loosen up some of your stuff, because you do have a decently large body of clones with you. You've got a couple cruisers, but they're on rotation on and off planet, because you're not necessarily, you can't dig in a lot of clone boys anywhere.
Yeah, so
you could be like, hey, we're gonna move into the city as part of a security effort, but then you have to move into the city.
Fair.
So I'm gonna say, rather than get into a debate about that doesn't sound like that's your plan for now.
No,
Yeah.
that's talk to the government.
But you might
gather
be
support,
laying the
gather-
groundwork for that, because I joked about it while you were ghosted, because you said you want to get sensor and comms. You want to build a command post first here, basically.
Yeah.
So
I like
you
it.
have
It's
a
just
command and control node here, but not necessarily this is my base.
Yeah. Basically, it's an in-city outpost. Basically,
Yeah.
There'll be clones in it and around it, but you won't have patrols going all throughout the city. It will, because actually that's a really good idea, honestly. Now that you say it.
And it was also while you were ghosted. Loth, out of character, phrased it probably a little too politely, well, you don't have to do anything, but it would be really nice. You're gonna write a governmental memo, basically.
Yeah.
Hi, here are your security suggestions for the day.
Yes. And
Make sure to check IDs at every major governmental building.
yeah, but so actually, let's start with a command post. Honestly, I think that actually would be a really
I
good
think
idea.
Camo will probably be able to help with the actual infrastructure of constructing and placement and probably those things and actual
You do have mechanics,
planning
so
out the stuff.
yes. You do have a dot in mechanics, right?
Yeah, I do. And
Let's technically will be the crafting, but we won't necessarily get super into that.
No.
Actually, that is a good question. So, logistics, again. Do you want to take over a building, Basically, try and find something that's occupied or minimally occupied. This is kind of how you set up, how you took over the science base, and be like, okay, this clone base now. Do you want to plop a prefab building, which means somebody will probably have to make some kind of roll to acquire it. Not with money, but you know what I mean. Or do you want to build to spec, which means you're going to have to spend some raw materials and spend some time getting your fucking construction hat on.
Where is that modular building?
It's at the bottom of the gear list.
Bottom of the gear list? Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder if we
Field
do
equipment and
a building,
modular
if we could also cover up any of like blind spot in like the perimeter area.
Well, that would be part of Lucky's sensor plan.
Yeah.
But you need. I think you're doing this in steps. We're starting at. We need a building to run all this shit out of first.
Or should we have it be like obvious that's the building where we're doing stuff in, because that could be an issue.
Well, as I said, we're gonna have clones going in and out of it, so
that's
so
going
technically
to be
yes,
automatic.
you're creating a new target, but also you're depending on what choice you come up with, you may actually be securing it, so you don't need to worry about it.
Right.
Honestly, in terms of security, I probably would want to. Let's see, what is? Okay, so it's under here. Let's see here. Under Tom's armament, gear attachment, droids. Here we go. Let's see here. Reinforced bunker, 6 people. Modular command center. Let's see here. Let's see here. Modular prefab building holds 15 to 20 people with a large central room and series of workstations and small rooms. Let's see here. What else do we got here?
That's also got stuff like the tactical sensor network and whatnot.
Yeah, the tactical TACnet data network, ad hoc information network serving, access to TACnet with an average 2D, moves blacks, and here it is, multi-purpose sensor suite, permanent or semi-permanent sensor with a range of long on planetary scale. Actually. So, okay, so if we did the prefab, well, honestly, we could go start with the prefab, and if we can gather enough public and city support, maybe actually construct something more permanent. Maybe. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I think that's good instead of just trying to take a building.
Yeah. And then after we're done, they could just
have the militia
something
work there
else.
or something.
Yeah.
All right, but let's see here. Well, actually, no. We would probably also want a barracks too. Honestly.
Okay.
If anything, we're actually
I
basically
realized
the building
it's
the
not
militia could
thorough,
use
'cause it
eventually.
needs to be the command center adds something.
It also lets have a comms array, which you can do other towns and outposts, so it's actually could work.
Let's see. We got anti-vehicle batteries, planetary shield generator. That's a company troops. No. I said we want to say, hey, we are here, but we are not trying to say, hey, we are fucking in charge. Anti-infantry battery, modular hangar, no. Modular barracks, yes. Hangar motor pool?
Yeah, so there's the C-52 modular comm center that will hold 15 to 20 people max, large central room with series of workstations and displays, and then small rooms for comm stations and workspaces. And it adds 1 boost to computers, leadership, and vigilance checks for the crew.
Yeah, so I say we get a command center, modular barracks, and multi-purpose sensor suite to start off. And basically we'll set those up maybe nearby or in the city. I don't know if there's a place large enough in the city.
You can get some space.
Get some space.
You have to demolish a greenhouse, remember?
Oh yeah, that's true, huh?
Yep.
Well, let us harvest all the fruits. These are our fruits now?
All right. So, to set up a module, well, first let's acquire modules.
Let's negotiate?
Negotiation or knowledge warfare to basically be like, hey, Republic, here's my fucking, what do they call it? Acquisition, requisition forms. Gib.
Yeah.
So let's see. Command center is 2. Barracks is a number, a thing. Modular barracks is a 3. So that'll be 4 and 5, which are both average. So neither of those is restricted. Make me 1 roll for those. Average, knowledge warfare, or negotiation.
I'm gonna roll negotiate.
And then getting the network, the multipurpose sensor suite, will take a separate check because that's restricted. That's be like, hey, we're gonna put a fucking mil-spec sensor network in here, and they're gonna be like, wait, what?
Alright, so I'm gonna copy paste this.
That jumps it to 7, so that will be a hard check.
Mind the right Yeah, the secret tabletop cabal. Okay.
Secret tabletop cabal. You gonna spend those 4 pips?
For negotiation, do I really need to spend more on?
Not really. No, you don't really need success or even you. Advantage is like, do you want extra shit in here?
Sure, fuck it. Let's.
Okay.
Throw it all on
2
advantage.
advantage. Okay.
3
no, 3 total advantage. That's right. It's adding 2.
Yeah.
So you've got command center,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got a barracks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good.
What the act? No.
What's up?
Omega, you're not gonna believe this bullshit.
What? What happened on you? Did you roll hard?
Yeah, I
roll
roll hard.
Okay, show it to me. What happened? Let me see. Let me see with my eyes. Ha!
Oh my god, what?
Well, you finally roll your 4 light pips, buddy.
Well,
Oh boy, damn.
cool.
With a double triumph. Okay, well, let's adjudicate the first roll to get your barracks, modular barracks, and modular command center. So you get both of those, and I will. They'll Actually, here's an important thing. They will throw in with your first check. He'll throw in the generators for also because you forgot to ask for those. So we'll just say like also BT Dubs, you need generators for those here. So they each come with their heatsink power generator.
Cool.
Basic bitch power generation. So you don't have to worry about plugging them into the grid. That's good. So your second one was for the thing, the sensor.
It's yeah.
So, okay, what do you want to do with those light side pips? That's very important right now.
Well, let's negate that threat because I don't want to get something weird sent along with it.
Okay, so you're spending 3 to cancel all the threat. Do you want to spend the 4th to get 1 advantage or to bump your success rate or something?
I'll get 1 advantage.
Okay. So that was on the restricted item, the multi-purpose sensor suite.
Yes.
Somebody should make sure to jot all this down so I can ask about it later.
Okay.
What you're getting.
I'll write it down on my Aramaa note.
Because I may take my own notes about this, but you guys may want to remember this because it gives you boost dice and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, double triumph, you say?
Yeah.
I will say, unfortunately, getting a planetary shield generator is probably too much of a cost switch, because that's magnitude's higher cost. But are there any other modular doohicles you want? I'm thinking he could probably get you a couple of anti-vehicle batteries, if you want.
Yeah, I'll take them.
Okay, why don't we say you get 4? We'll do it like the shield generator works with the quadrants. So you've got north, south, east, west.
Okay. Aramaa notes, Mor Iridu, command post.
And technically those are the, let's see. Okay, so the P tower was used in the Clone Wars. Okay. So we can actually use the official description of that, and it's the 1.4 FDP towers, the anti-vehicle batteries, which are the weird little sat dish guns from the Battle of Hoth.
Cool.
And obviously those have they're on the whole pivot, so they can tilt back, tilt forward, and rotate. So they can be used as improvised anti-air and obviously AV.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, that's one of my concerns down.
So basically what you've got is you've got a prefab command center and a attached barracks. You have mounted the sensor network, basically receivers, in the command center, because that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Which BT dubs, for the audience at home and for the player characters, in case you're not following along with the rules for this, means that if you're standing in the command center, you get 3 boost to computers and vigilance, and 1 boost to leadership and 2 boosts to perception.
Oh boy!
If you're using the sensors to sense things.
Okay. Honestly, I think this is probably pretty good.
To set this up, though, somebody will need to make me an easy athletics check, and it takes 2 hours per modular base. So you got to block out 4 hours minimum. One of the cloney boys. Actually, Camo, why don't you roll if Axe isn't dying in Motor Lane?
I said I'd do it. Yeah.
Yeah, because you said you wanted to help set up, so this makes sense.
Cat will help.
Okay, and another boost for assistance.
All right, so I'll have 3 boost.
Aramaa will supervise, I guess.
boost.
It's an easy check. We don't need to go. We don't need to go whole hog on this.
No, I just get that for.
Yep. No, I'm just making sure. All right. With 4 advantage, you can probably narrow that down to maybe half the time. It only takes 1 hour.
All right. Cool.
And then somebody roll me a second one for the second base. Because you never know. You could roll double threat on that single purple die and no advantage.
Well, if you want to give it a try.
I'll give it a roll.
I think Marth is giving it a roll.
Okay.
He's typing.
Okay.
Did I?
Physical training.
Yeah.
I saw Marth was typing, so I thought you were doing it.
No, I was just gonna.
No, he would say he's doing it then. Probably.
Okay.
Aramaa has jumped in, and I
yeah.
think Lucky is now actually rolling.
I'll just assist what Aramaa.
Okay.
I assume I can't.
so
because I'm doing mine.
So that's a boost.
1 boost.
Mhm.
Boom.
Do you
What
guys
about
get
this?
bonuses to this for
Hmm?
your e-tools? Does your e-tool do something with this? Probably not.
No. E-Tools
Is it?
is for... I think he has a bit of... Actually,
It might count as the right tool for the job, but this is setting up a prefab, so that probably doesn't count.
let me
There is
see.
an engineer's hammer, which you can use to build and destruct things, and also
What?
improvise as a weapon.
I will
Right.
spend my 1 pip on hacking advantage, I guess.
All right, so you guys have set up the command post and the barracks, which the barracks supports how many people? Me?
A platoon.
Platoon. Okay.
6.
No, that's platoon is more.
Okay.
As a squad.
Yeah, technically that would be squad, but a platoon unit is what's the unit? Because here's the thing; these can be variable. Platoon is so platoon is 15 to 45.
Okay.
So we'll probably lean it on the larger. So it's probably about 30-ish guys or more,
Cool.
45 maybe even.
Well, it's probably 30 soldiers and whoever's in the fucking command center doing
True.
command stuff.
It's 30 soldiers plus support staff, we'll say.
Yeah.
And then next up from that would be a company, that's your entire number of guys you support, you know.
Mhm.
So how many platoons are in a company? Let me actually look that up. 3 to 6 platoons. Okay. So that's probably 6, I think, for the largest size we've gone. So yeah, this is basically you're quartering 1/6 of your personal, because Aramaa commands a platoon.
Mhm.
Or a company, sorry. We've talked about this before. So you've allocated 1/6 of your total ground troops to be able to man this base and region.
We'll probably go through rotations.
Seems fair. So
Nice.
that kind of takes care of you've installed the sensor network, so that's good. You solve that
Yeah.
problem immediately. And
Mhm.
that'll actually matter because that adds 2 black to all enemies' attempts to stealth check.
Wow, it's up to long planetary. That's big.
Yeah, no, it's wide. So close planetary is probably the entire city, and then I think short is like to the horizon.
Mm.
So you're especially for Soheliv, you're talking, multiple clicks in every direction.
That's good.
Like honestly, even if this is the kind of thing that because you rolled really good on that check. This is the kind of thing that after the war, this is gonna stay here forever and be we're gonna remember when the Republic built the sensor network kind of thing. In 20 years, some poor rebel group is gonna have to blow this up because it's now a tool of tyranny or something.
Yes.
Because it's so important.
Way to go, us.
But for now, it's really gonna help you out.
All right. Now, so yeah, we got the barracks, so we can keep some guys on hand just in case.
Probably enough for basically tactical response team.
Maybe I'll have them. Might have them function as outriders. Not patrolling in the city, but
Right.
near and around.
RDF, Rapid Deployment Force. Or
Yeah.
possibly QRF, Quick Response Force.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there's some shit going down. Send out the clones.
Yeah.
Rustle them up. Yeah, you went for vehicles. You probably could, if you wanted to bike them up, that would have been asking for
The motor. Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe later. Like I said, I don't want to ask for too much at once.
No, that's fair. So you have definitely you're definitely attracting a lot of attention in Mor Iridu. You spend an afternoon building prefab buildings, and while the check hasn't cleared, you have it officially. You're good to your word. So the economic stimulus plan is get a pass the local ordinance or whatever.
Oh, hey, we can have the training camp fucking here at this command post.
Actually, that's true. You've just established a
Yes.
command post. You've probably got enough space because you cleared out a couple of warehouses, or a couple of greenhouses, sorry, to set this up.
Like I said, we'll teach the guys We'll get some camping gear or some shit, some tents.
Yeah, you have enough space to basically... You probably have the equivalent of like a parade ground / training field you could set up in.
Yeah, we'll set up here.
Because you need an open space to land shit, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no... Sadly, this is Soheliv, so there's no just convenient patch of dirt you can use unless you build one, so... Alrighty.
I feel this has been productive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was your first thing.
Yeah.
Your memo writing, if you want to do that now. Because we haven't done it for 2.5 hours. I don't know what you want to debate about on mic or not.
We can hold off, honestly, if you guys want to.
So let's see. So that's basically going to be your security suggestions.
Mm-hmm. We should actually probably take some time to actually think those up and write them down.
You have identified some strategic weak points.
Mm-hmm.
And you've counteracted you have hit one of your goals, or two of your goals actually, technically, because you do have some AA coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Which was you wanted to improve the sensors and you wanted to improve the anti-air defenses.
Yeah.
Now, your AA bubble is pretty limited, you know. I don't know exactly I remember what range the
I don't see stats for them.
They're in somewhere. Let me see if I can run them down, because there are a couple of different things.
Like, depending on their range, they actually might have more coverage than we think.
If it can cover the plant, if it can cover the desalination plant.
That's right. They technically count as kind of a weird vehicle thing. They are close range, so they're line of sight only.
Suddenly, this planet.
So they count as a SIL-1 vehicle with no armor, three hull threshold, and 5 system strain, with 1 defense in the 4, because cover.
Yep.
So basically, they're resilient to anti-infantry fire, but will not hold up to any concentrated vehicle effort counterman wise. But their damage qualities is they are damage 4, crit 4, close range, breach 1, inaccurate 2, slow firing 1.
Pew, pew. Good thing we got 4 then, sheet.
And they're fire arc all, because they're turret mounts, so they can overlap.
Well, like I said, Mor Iridu is pretty flat, right?
Oh yeah, no, you're in a river delta.
Yeah, so no, we don't have, so line of sight's actually still pretty fucking good, but...
especially when combined with, remember, you built this giant sensor network, so...
Yeah.
Physically, they cannot fire longer than close, but they could see targets a long way off, so...
I said, we don't want to be, like I said, we don't want to... We have announced our presence to the city. We do not want to fully alarm them, though.
Yeah.
So that.
Don't worry, guys, we're here for your own protection, as like we bring in like 5 walkers. that's not gonna
well,
work
basically,
out.
probably what is happening, and Lucky, feel free to spice however you're spinning it. But generally, you're well liked in the community because you've been doing a lot of. You spent a good 24 to 48 hours, or whatever the local equivalent of Soheliv is, I forget. Cleaning up the streets in that sense.
Yep.
You have arrested a lot of people and recovered kidnapped people and stuff. And for now, you have, certain major gang activity has been drastically reduced because, you're carrying through in your plan. So, and basically what you've done now is basically pop in and be like, hey, so we're coming back. We're gonna reinforce your position. We're not really doing anything crazy. We're just, building a command post and getting some guys to crew it and putting some defenses up. So, again, no need to roll unnecessary shit. Most people are probably just generally okay with this concept. You have not inconvenienced them in any way personally yet. Your memo plans might, but we'll see. That'll probably involve some planning and some rolls to see how well you pitch it and how well people take it.
Yeah.
Because, quite frankly, there'll probably be some RNG in there somewhere. You guys could be completely polite and not assholes in writing your guidelines, but, I don't know, I could roll some dice and the local politicians could completely fuck up enacting it, and everybody hates it for no goddamn reason, because that is just sometimes how people are.
Well, then we have to unfuck it, and that could be a whole other thing.
Gave you the guidelines of what happened. Oh, it seems that you tried to skim a bit off the top for yourself, and now shit's badly done.
So, before we basically break so you guys can plan, one, is there anything you want to do right now about possible sea defenses?
No, because there's still a bunch of sea traffic, right?
Moderate. There's, Soheliv is not common about sea traffic because of the storms, but there are some people do lightly fish or attempt to do surveying outside the seawall.
Besides making some, minor Coast Guard, I doubt it's Anything we could do.
Honestly,
Like,
the thing would be to build barracks number 2 and put aqua clones in it. That would be like a separate role to be like, hey, can I get some fucking submersible equipment down here? Anybody? Bueller?
Yeah. Like I said, for right now, I'm gonna put faith in our giant-ass sensor suite. You know?
Sure, because it's long range. It totally penetrates into the water. They're space sensors.
Spice!
By the way, that also, because of the way that usually works, sensor range is usually comms range too. So you have a big long comms network. You now have a dedicated military channel that probably reaches all the way back to Outpost Soheliv too.
Perfect.
All they do is just start putting comms station, antennas in each of the towns. Good.
Well, as I said, that incurs costs.
Yeah, that'll be a long-term plan, and there will definitely be, at some point, there will be some questions like, hey, how much are you planning on investing in the infrastructure of this planet? I
don't know.
There'll be politicians will bust into this, because the clone army and everything is already really expensive. That's actually a plot of an episode of the Clone Wars where they want to deregulate the banks so the Republic can borrow more money.
Oh my god, that's actually kind of
that was the thing that happened.
So at some point, somebody's going to be like, "All right, Aramaa, you've written too many budget checks."
Well, this is
Soheliv doesn't even have a senator, or worse. Oh shit, Soheliv's so huge it has its own senator now, and now you have to deal with that asshole, whoever gets elected to that position.
This is one of the reasons why Aramaa wanted to do the economic stimulus. Because if they can start producing more goods that more people want, that gives it more economic power.
Right. You want more local budget rather than keep bringing more Republic funds in. You have not yet broached the subject of how your economic stimulus will possibly put this planet in a higher tax bracket yet.
Yeah, I'll avoid that for a little bit.
Well, as I said...
honestly, economic buildup like that takes a little bit of time, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, sensors taken care of. Air defense is taken care of, and you're figuring out your general city security. Do you want to take a look at any of the vulnerable points you've identified to look for specific weaknesses?
Yeah, actually, we can do that. If we take it, we actually didn't go to the desalination plant last time because
you actually skipped that one.
Yeah.
Should we wrap up after doing that?
That's probably a good point. That'll probably give you enough info, and then you can plan for next time.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Because I'm kind of running short time.
That's okay. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I just don't want to shortchange you.
If you guys we probably don't want to pick it up next session, do we? We probably want to finish it off now and move on.
Well, just get the info out there. Yeah. So, what's your priority of looking at things?
Desalination plant, power plants, and then the granary / fisheries.
Okay. All right. Since you're not in any time crunch, do you want to quote unquote split the party here and have different people look at different stuff?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Well, make sure you're not all looking at the same thing. But everybody who's looking, I guess, give me another. Let's call it hard knowledge warfare or hard perception to eyeball.
Okay.
Aramaa will go to the desalination plant.
Okay.
I'll do the power plant.
All right.
Boots will go to the granary.
All right.
I'll do the fisheries then.
Okay.
All right. After
everybody, roll and report.
So perception or that.
Let's see.
So did you say hard knowledge warfare again?
Yes. Or perception, cool. But I think you got 3 in knowledge warfare, so you're fine with that one.
By the way, I used the knowledge warfare.
We have no life points, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
okay. There we go. Let's try. Oh,
after my really good roll in the roller, I'm like, all right, no more of that roller. My luck has been spent.
Okay. All right. So you're desalination plant.
Yes.
All right. So I'll generalize here a little because I don't want to draw an entire factory layout because you've got 4 of these things, and you're gonna invent more. In general, things you may want to work towards acquiring or making rolls or whatever is so the desalination plant 1 is large. It's physically large. It does have probably a solid, basically privacy fence type setup, not like a full blown wall, but it's got a fence that's not see through to keep all the stuff contained. And so people can't just... Because it is water, you don't want anybody... you don't want terrorism, but also you don't want pranksters or anybody fucking with anybody's water.
Yep.
They do have ID badges or whatever for the workers. They have a, time clocks check in every morning or whatever when you take your shift. They do have an internal security camera network, but other than that, there's not they have people on security, but those are mostly hey, some guy showed up to work drunk and now he's, passing out inside a water vat or something.
Oh, God.
Or, hey, 2 workers got into a fight because they're complaining about how the salt smells, throw them outside. Or, hey, some guy's trying to get free water from the front door, we don't do that there, move them, kind of thing. So, they're basically glorified corporate bouncers. They're probably armed with, stun batons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody was to actually, launch a tactical high-speed, low-drag strike, they'd be fucked. So it's physically large, and probably a little labyrinthine inside. So, I don't know, as a suggestion, for instance, maybe you want to, build an emergency response map and distribute them so that everybody's in case of emergency, follow this line, kind of thing. They do have internal sensors, but they're not really high quality. They're just cameras and stuff. They do have filters and chemical sensors and everything. That's a plus. Unless somebody actually subverted their sensor system, you're pretty sure that they can't fuck with the water because they are very rigorous about the testing. The water is, double filtered. It's, sterilized and all that.
Well, it's their main export, so damn right they're going to be taking care of it.
So they understand that, no, this is the thing we do. We purify water.
I wonder if, the Separatists would actually want to ruin this planet, because they would ruin an entire export of a planet. But I guess...
they could just repair it, though.
Yeah. They can repair it.
Actually, there's probably some of their security is making sure it's loss prevention, So making sure nobody pockets any water. People totally pocket the water, though. You did talk to the Moonshiners, though, or Lopak did, so you might be able to close that loophole.
Mm-hmm.
And basically be hey, for security, because you guys are legit, just buy your water normally, kind of thing.
You'll be able to, don't worry.
And the other loss prevention is, hey, salt's really useful, so they have a lot of salt as a byproduct, as a secondary thing they sell. Occasionally people steal the salt, so... local security is basically leg breakers who prevent you from doing any shenanigans at work, or anybody getting into work, or anybody stealing anything. They do have sensors, so your primary vulnerabilities is if you want to increase their budget, you might enhance their sensor system, you might enhance their security, and you might just generally, as your memo, be hey, here's some guidelines. Though technically they are inside your sensor bubble, so
safety
I guess
railings are
you
a
could
thing.
have just... You could just, build a red telephone line. That could be a thing that you want to make sure. That's just something to think about planning-wise. Because you just rolled straight successes, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So you get a lot of
really
detail, but not a lot of sideways language.
Okay.
Loth, where did you go again? Were you granary?
Yes, I was the granary.
Okay. Successes. So, the granaries are pretty secure. They're closed up. They're just storage for granaqua and other, potato grain, plant fiber, etc. Since this place was originally founded by a mixture of, homesteaders and scientists, they're not, communist or anything, but there's an amount of social safety net / just, the city imports all the grain and doles it out to certain workers at certain times, So this is the primary food source of the city, one way or another, between them and fisheries. They want to make sure they're more concerned about, again, loss prevention and theft rather than terrorism here. There is security guards. There are dedicated marshals who watch the granary. It is government run. They probably have internal sensors because a lot of wild and wacky shit on Soheliv, so you want to make sure you don't get any pests. And all of these are environmentally sealed, so it's pretty secure. No obvious letdowns other than, again, if somebody actually was we're gonna blow up this fucking granary, the locals would not be able to stop them very easily.
Yeah.
Though, hopefully your whole sensor system and AA bubble would prevent them from, mass launching troops. You should probably be more concerned about... Here's the theme. I'm gonna give you this now. The theme you should be worried about is surgical strikes.
Yeah.
You're gonna see a big fuck-off wall of droid bombers coming from a mile away, and could probably rustle up the boys from the science base to go fight them. It's if somebody, sneaks something stealthily inside, then you're well, shit. What do we do?
Yeah.
So... Camo, you had the power plants, right?
Yes.
Okay, in your inspection, you don't necessarily sense any immediate questions. You do know that the Separatists do have aquatic droids and aquatic vehicles. There are several aquatic species that are allied with them. Like the Carcharodons, the space sharks. I'm not fucking kidding. And the space shark Separatist general is a fucking lunatic. He attacks people with his mouth.
Yes.
As a general, who does that?
No.
Because
Literally, he's a great white shark man, but he's fighting fucking Moncals and Jedi with his teeth. And I'm like, the fuck, dude, calm down. The man had zero chill. Being underwater, there is a potential threat vector. They would have to get through the seawall and basically navigate the long, like, switchback and channels and stuff that boats do. Because it's open, so the tides flow up and down this thing, but obviously, the wind turbines are a bit exposed. You're out in the actual bay, so your AA envelope is a little sketchier out here. If again, a suggestion, you may want to actually physically reinforce the seawall, put a couple of guns on it. Who knows? But all in all, actually, you talk to the local security specialist. They've got, being underwater and being purely technological, they actually have a decent security setup. There are holocams. There's a security station. And you actually talk to the guy who runs the place. I don't have his name, but I'll come up with that one in a second, maybe. But I did imagine you would be talking to the security guy. So there is a security guy for the power plant. His name is Chorl Doug, and he is a Quarren, which is a squid-faced lad. I'm not going to try and do a squid-faced voice right now. I'm very hungry.
Spare yourself the time.
But it's just imagine it really watery and full of tentacles.
Okay.
Like, just eat some squid, eat some raw calamari, and try to talk. That's what he sounds like. Chorl Doug. You have a brief conversation with him, and he's basically like, yeah, okay, we got, we've got a secure moon pool down here in case anybody needs to do aquatic transport. The transmission lines are buried. We have, 24/7, or again, the Soheliv equipment, camera surveillance and sensors and everything. They don't really have any in-house security guys because they're really not expecting anybody to physically climb into the fucking power plant.
Yeah.
That's actually a very good question, Lucky. I don't know why it's called a moon pool.
Hang on, I gotta go Google.
But you know all about moon pools.
Yeah, I know what a moon pool is, but I'm like, why is it called a moon pool?
So they have physical access either through an elevator system. Basically, they have a turbolift shaft down, or they have a submersible entrance. Your primary point of weakness that you find, because you did roll some successes, is that probably with aqua druids or something, they could literally send some guys to crawl inside this thing.
So besides making some
Chorl does advise it. Oh no, dude, we have. Oh no, dude. Actually, no. Let me hold on. Can I do? Why not Zoidberg? Chorl Doug say. I don't think I can get nasally enough for Dr. Zoidberg, unfortunately. But basically, he says that they have a security guy watching the cameras at all times physically here. He would seal all the doors. So, at the very least, you guys would get a call. So again, my suggestion, you could either physically put some weapons in this thing, or you could figure out a way to, get some aqua clones some clone divers ready to fight a fight.
I'm also thinking just some, actual, sensors for just the water.
No, this is all inside your sensor envelope. You could sense in the water.
Mm-hmm.
The question is just whether or not you could do something about it, because being underwater, there's basically no physical defense. There's no combative defenses, I should say. No offensive defenses, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just, they would lock it down and they'd have to send somebody. So you probably want to make sure you have some guys to send in case of an alert.
I was going to worry about that threat, because it's something missing.
Well, no, you have 100% missed a detail. I have totally left something out, but in character you don't know that.
Mm. Yeah, fair.
And unfortunately you guys don't have time to double check each other, because we're ending right after this. Kavis, fisheries.
Fish!
You only rolled one threat. Maybe, well, you might rest. I might give you a strain anyway. Give me a second. If you'd rolled more threat and this wasn't just ending, I would be like, oh, animal attack. You succeeded with Triumph, though. Actually, I'll say, okay, so with Triumph, much like you guys actually put it here, this should be at the bottom of the enemy's attack list, too. Unless you make it literally impossible for them to try and attack anything else, nobody's going to attack these fisheries. They're probably partially automated, but most of them are just, they've built systems of nets and certain contained areas. They have hatcheries, basically, to hatch the local fish population, and they fish them in tanks. Some of them are inside the seawall, some of them are actually outside, so they are technically vulnerable to assault, but they just produce fish. It's a decent chunk of the city's food source, but it's not a major threat, right? It's not where they store the food, it's just where they catch it. So, unless you were, under siege, which could entirely be a later plot thread, is there could be a siege of Mor Iridu. But unless you are actually under siege, the fisheries are not a major tactical target. You know this with assurance because you rolled a triumph.
Okay.
They are vulnerable to attack, but they're not. Their security is that they're not a major threat, basically. So, does anybody have any clarifying questions about? You joke, Loth, but there are actually crab droids. I don't know if they're fully amphibious, but probably.
I'm just thinking about
they're mini-boss in the Revenge of the Sith video game, which is really quite good. Anyway, clarifying questions to me.
No, actually, I think I'm good.
All right, are you okay with doing the rest of your planning off mic, basically?
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap up then. My immediate instinct is to call this a 10 XP, a tenor. Everybody okay with that? 10 XP? Think you did anything extra?
I want to push for 15.
Yeah.
Okay, then let me do the math. So, we'll call it 5 for downtime, because you all participated. That's fair. You had downtime. We might go for 15, because you did set up your command post, and then you did actually investigate the site. So you did get started, and you actually did what I thought you might do this session, which was investigate stuff. So we can go with 15.
Sweet.
Okay.
Cool. I don't think we've done a big reimagining of your investigation, but or your motivations. Sorry, but did anybody think they hit their motivations?
I think I was helping out with both those guys.
I gotta double check what people are counting on me, because I think
What's
I did
it,
a lot.
Creed?
Yeah.
You did go out of your way to do your economic stimulus, and a lot of your extra shit was about people you think are counting on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I think I did. Because
you did support your friends and associates over anything else personally. We could call that an extra that.
Did not really go. Okay.
I doubt I could do anything for mine because it's drive the mission, and I didn't have much I could really push for.
We didn't. This wasn't really on task. Maybe next time.
I've also
Loth, what's yours?
I can actually make a cutting out of
friendship, brothers,
connection, family.
Connection, family. We
And
should
I
probably
know I
write
stayed-
down what your description is of that.
Yeah. Stayed back to do medicine on.
Yes, I was going to say you literally stepped out of scenes you could have been in to be in the infirmary and help clones. So that's definitely worth that extra 5 XPs.
Okie dokie then.
Duty. Hey, guess what, Aramaa? I think you dinged civilian outreach.
Yeah.
And
So
I was in my duty support.
yes. Well, here's the thing. We're going to reset. So you roll over 100. That means your duty,
Okay.
you go up a contribution rank. You're now contribution rank 1.
Okay.
So you guys should decide whether you want a strategic resource, a group large resource like a vehicle or something. I would technically also allow structures, bases, etc. to count for that. Or if you want individual rewards, because that would all give you a singular item worth, what's it, rarity 4 right now? It's 3 plus your contribution rank.
Yes.
So you can get any item of rarity 4 or less, not counting for modifiers, mind, for free. You guys can debate that off mic. Again, Omega is very hungry. But everybody resets, and I do a house rule. I say everybody resets to 5 because the rules as written is everybody resets to 0, but that's kind of a pain in the ass. So everybody resets to 5 to your current duty because you went up in contribution rank.
Alright.
Because you guys are literally contributing. You are literally forwarding the war effort right now by fortifying this town.
Nice.
And I think we're going to have a very interesting next session after you guys take some brainstorming, and then I come in and fuck it all up. Wahaha.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm probably the one to pick up and cover my failure or something.
Alright, well, anyway,
Well, I do want to remind you, though, Axe, you guys may have forgotten it because it was a while ago, but you were the only one who rolled success with major threat to forget something.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's the thing your character doesn't know.
So we'll
in
see.
game.
We'll see if you guys remember a point out of character, or if just something completely slips your minds. All right, so I'm gonna remind everybody, if you're watching on the YouTubes, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay.
We'll be back later because this is gonna be another 2-parter.
Yep.
I don't want to debate the title on air. I'm just gonna go now, guys.
bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good day.
One.